Rolling Stones 2000, man, to start the show. Good morning, everybody.
Hello. Howdy.
I was preparing for this one all morning. I made sure my shirt was okay. I made sure my pants were okay. I made sure I combed my hair properly and shaved. Because we got animals in the studio today.
Paler. I said that when I came in.
What do you mean I look paler?
You look something, I don't know, you look scallopy. You just
scallopy?
Yeah,
it's summertime. My hair is lightening, I think.
You should get darker, not you. I mean, I guess you
talking to the microphone for the love of fucking God.
I guess.
See, that is true, Rich. You're not talking to the mic. You're still not talking to the mic. We can't hear you. We have headphones on. We can hear what you sound like.
Yeah. It's hard to get through the fucking fat on your ears. Shut your face. I'm talking to him. Jesus Christ. Okay.
See this thing? What? I don't know why I got ready for this show.
I want people to hear your trashing of Scallop. Okay?
And then you attack him.
I'm sorry. You know what? I'm sorry.
It's all right.
I'm sorry.
First of all, your apology stinks.
Yeah. So does your outfit.
My outfit?
You look like a little Western boy.
A little Western boy.
Yeah, it's true. You're fucking tucking yourself out right away. You wordy asshole. You look like a little Western boy from the... Shut up. Get back to him.
Get back to me. What the fuck, Bob?
I'm not sleeveless trying to... Yeah, because it's going to be 1,000 degrees today. You're wearing 2 black shirts. So you think if you sweat, that's your workout. Fuck you. It's hot.
Oh, my God.
I walked to my car.
People are like, why isn't Bobby and Rich on the show more? This is why.
Yeah,
it's exhausting.
I'm tired already.
Right, it's exhausting.
Calm down.
I think
I'm having a nice...
exaggerator. One guy tweeted it. Bobby and Rich.
Oh, what? So, no, I'm sitting here just relaxing, and you can't come in like a gentleman and just say hi to your friend. He has to come in dramatically, and then he has to start attacking right away.
I opened the door.
Your opening line was, you look scallopy. How about you say good morning?
Huh?
How about you say good morning? We've been friends for a long time.
Say good morning.
Say good morning,
everybody. It's
thanks for having me, or something.
You're right. You know what?
I think you just get very uncomfortable, and you can't just walk in
I figure
like a normal person.
I got to take the offense before you guys start attacking, and I know how you are, so I just want to...
You started this whole thing.
You're right. I'm sorry.
Oh, I guess that would be taking the offense.
I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm sorry.
I actually attacked you first before Vox, because I said I didn't like your fucking...
in shape walk.
Yeah, you got midlife in shape walk. You walked in, hey guys, how you doing? And you fucking stopped and did like a pirouette. And fucking went over to your chair, popped right up. Like you have because you have a new studio and a new T-shirt. And your torso's new.
No, it's an old T-shirt that I can finally put back on.
Yeah, you lost some weight, right?
I did.
How did you do that?
I did.
You're humble. Fuck you and you're humble. Did you see that humble fucking head bound?
It's about time you
noticed. How did you lose weight? Did Norton bleed on you?
What the fuck?
That doesn't even make sense, but it's funny.
I know. What did you do? Bike riding, or were you rollerblading?
I don't rollerblade as much.
No? It's hard to take pictures while you're rollerblading. Hey, I've been following the Funny Mofos, and I was wondering...
You're obsessed with the Funny Mofos.
Yes, I love the title. I love it all.
I set that thing up years ago. I don't even look at it.
Huh?
I don't even look at it.
Oh, it's fucking fantastic.
It's one of these magazine things you do online. I set it up, and then it just,
I'll get my kids together. I'll fly my daughter in from Texas, and my other daughter will come by, and we'll just all sit and talk funny mofos.
You've run out of material already. If you're into the mofos, yes,
funny mofos is always the one you go. That's the go-to one when you're really dying.
Yeah.
You'll reach in and grab funny mofos, and it always brings you back to life. And you're like,
oh, really? Then you better start saying it a lot. Look at you. You're dying.
We all know how...
It's just the bomb because everybody really thinks I'm sick.
We all know how Rich... He comes out fucking on fire and then peters out.
I don't peter out. I fucking hold my own.
You're petering out.
You're petering out because now you're getting serious.
You're Shane Carlin.
You start getting serious. I do well. I try. Shut up.
The mofos, that should have been for the 8, 9 o'clock hour.
No,
You're already doing mofos.
Like it. I just got to bring it up before I forget.
Fine. Ooh.
Yeah.
How you been? I haven't seen you in a while.
I know. Where have you been, you son of a bitch?
Oh, fuck, just traveling, doing our Tuesday night show, shooting pilots, an hour special, just tons of stuff. Our movie's back in the top 10 on iTunes. It's crazy.
How many pounds have you gained? Like 7 or 8?
Jesus. None. I did gain 5. I'll tell
you gained at least 5 to 7 pounds. Here now. See, he's going to take the shirt off already.
I'll tell you why I gained a little weight, but I didn't. But I'll tell you why I did gain weight.
I know why you did.
No, you don't. I ate
more.
No, that's true. I had an upper endoscopy 2 weeks ago.
What?
I had an upper endoscopy 2 days ago.
What?
Upper endoscopy 2 days ago, and you thought I said it wrong, which I didn't.
You did the second time.
No, I didn't.
You said endoscopy.
I said endoscopy.
Can we go back and
no,
play
forget
that?
it. It's not worth it. That's old radio. This is new radio.
But this is new radio. This is the exact same shit we've been doing for 10 years. What's different about this?
The talent is not here anymore.
Oh.
So I'm
What
like,
the fuck was that?
Anthony, I was complimenting him.
Oh.
So here's the thing. I had this stomach problem.
What the fuck?
And it gave me, listen to this.
Yeah, go ahead.
And I talked about it.
Enjoy your last time on the show. Yes, go ahead.
Jesus. It gave me a hunger pain.
I canceled Dan's soda for this shit. Go ahead.
Oh.
Well, you want to play? Let's play. Let's go. Let's have some fun. Let's have some fun.
Fight. Here's the thing.
Yes.
I got this pain, and it was a hunger pain from irritable bowel or gastritis. And there was a hunger pain right here.
Yeah.
And the only thing that would
Pointing to his asshole.
would be eating would soak up the gases in my stomach.
Wow, eating would help the hunger pains. Interesting.
The gases, yeah.
That's what you're telling yourself?
No, I didn't believe. I'm in as best shape as I've been forever.
No, you've gained about 7 pounds.
I didn't gain any fucking weight.
You admitted you gained 5 pounds.
I just said that to make everybody feel good in here.
So the endoscopy, what did it show?
Huh?
What did the upper endoscopy show?
This time they said irritable bowel, which who knows? And he said,
"What do you mean? Who knows? If that's what they said it is,
what do you do for irritable bowel?"
He said he soaks it up with food. Never heard that before.
Well, they wanted me to take anxiety medicine. I said no, because it's a lot from stress and anxiety. Yeah. And he also said I had a small hiatal hernia. I go, well, can that turn into a big hiatal hernia? They go, no.
Okay. Damn it.
After small, there were so many options.
I feel bad for you.
What?
Why?
Because you just don't have the pep and energy.
No, I feel very weak. I'm shitting. I woke up at 4:45 and shit my brains out.
You're still shitting bad?
Yeah. Dr. Steve and I talked. He said it might be salmonella or...
E. coli.
E. coli. You could die from that, right? Please,
no,
God,
I feel okay. I mean, meaning like I'm not in pain and I'm not puking or anything. I just feel light cramping after I eat, and then when I shit,
I had the same thing. I was shitting a lot. I had to do that. I had to do the bowel movement. I had to get a sample. I sent him the video of it.
You had to do a smear?
Not a smear. I took a shit in a big cup and then take scoops out, 4 vials with a big tongue depressor, and scoop it into the vials and then smear.
I thought you just went with a smear card and threw that in the mail.
I had 2 smears cards and 4 vials.
Holy fuck!
I was fucking puking, and it was the worst thing I've ever done.
Where's the video?
It's the worst thing I've ever fucking
see
done.
The video.
It's the worst thing.
How big are the vials?
They're one is big,
and you have to fill that up.
The other 3 were like this big. I had not fill them up. You had to take and there's no directions. There's no I just took scoops.
Yeah.
And there's no directions on how to scoop it in. It was the worst thing I've ever done. And then I showed up and I handed it to the lady. She goes, "Where's the papers?" I go, "What are your papers?" She goes, "There was papers in the bag with the vials." I go, "I thought those, I didn't know what that was. I left them at the house." She goes, "Well, you might have to do it again." I go, "I'll never fucking ever in my life do this again."
What's in the papers?
I guess it goes with the vials. Oh. With each vial has a piece of paper.
Yeah, because they're going to use it for different...
I was shitting diarrhea for a week. Wait. But today, the day I did the sample, I shit a fucking massive 12-inch hog. Just a fucking... It bent when I was shitting, my wrist broke. It was so heavy, my wrist snapped, broke, and I almost dropped the shit in the toilet. It was so heavy.
Oh God!
I showed you the picture.
It was disgusting.
Half of it.
Yeah.
I had to only do half of it. It wouldn't fit in the banana split container that they gave me. Mm-hmm. It wouldn't fit in it. It was such a massive dump. And it smelled. It was terrible.
But you didn't have to mail it out. You just had to bring it to the lab.
I had to bring it myself to the lab.
Yeah. Did it smell in the car?
No, because it's what?
I've done this shit thing.
Bring it back to you. Why not?
No, I got a good shit story.
It's been 4 minutes. It's been 4 minutes where someone else gets to talk about themselves.
You're mad I made one joke. I'm sorry about that joke.
I'm not mad. Let's go.
I can tell. Yeah, you did, because you turned another shade. We're talking shit stories, so I thought we'd all.
How about you let someone else have a little spotlight?
What do you say?
He just called you career. You had a good shit story.
I didn't hear that.
That's funny. I'm sorry. You're right. Can you tell us more about your shit?
No, tell us more about yours.
No, tell us more.
Let's see. E. coli.
Fucking Voss has aged 20 years since the last time I saw you.
I look great.
Shave your beard, a diet.
You're giving me fucking tips on
That was great advice for both of you, actually.
What?
He said, shave your beard or diet. Why don't you both take that and walk away with something?
I'm learning about E. coli for Jim Norton here.
That was fast. That was lightning fast.
Can you catch it sitting next to somebody?
E. coli. Foods that could be infected with E. coli include, let's see if Jimmy's been eating this shit. Raw fruits and vegetables, yes. Lettuce, alfalfa sprouts, unpasteurized apple cider, other juices like that. No.
Can you catch it sitting next to somebody?
No. You can't catch E. coli.
But at the gym, I have those vegetable drinks. I have them, and I also drank one that was bought from a store, and it just tasted weird, and it wasn't one I ever would have bought.
And you
don't know how long they sit, man.
Yeah, the next day I felt that. That's when I started shitting like an animal and gassing.
But don't you like when you do that? Because it feels like you're cleansing yourself.
Yeah, but not for a week. Because I tell you, this is
one day
for weight loss than this.
Yeah.
This is amazing for weight loss.
Yeah, you do look a little weak today.
Yeah, I feel it, but it's just if I can't keep food in me.
The bacteria can also spread from one person to another, usually when an infected person does not wash his or her hands.
Yeah.
Are you washing your hands good?
Yeah. I might have got it from someone who didn't wash their hands. Who the fuck knows, man? Yeah. I don't even know if that's it.
Well, you just go get blood tests, right?
You got to do a stool sample for E. coli and salmonella.
Oof.
Well, I don't want to talk about my stool sample.
Oof. Go ahead, talk about your stool. Let's hear
I told
about
you, I swallowed
it. Was on someone's dick.
Swallowed it. What's that? What do you say?
Put the headphones on so you can hear us. You fucking asshole. Stop doing it your way. Put the headphones on.
Why?
It's like doing radio with a fucking old man. Just put the fucking headphones on, you fucking jackass.
I listen to you and Bonnie every Tuesday. You're like a professional radio show host, and then you come in here and you fall the fuck apart. What's wrong with you?
Early.
Well, you don't even know how to put headphones on.
Why don't you put the headphones on?
They're on, because it gives me a headache.
Oh, how does it give you a headache?
Because he has to hear himself.
I like the little earbuds.
Well, you want us to get you some earbuds?
Yeah, but they don't fit into here.
Well, how do you do it on Tuesdays?
I have to use these fucking things. I used to have earbuds.
They make an adapter that you can use little earbuds. They did that.
I know.
Yeah, so you can get. I'll get you one. I'll get you 4 adapters for your little tiny ears. Okay,
thank you.
I'll get them.
Yeah.
Okay. Can we work on that? Can we get? I'm sure there's an adapter here.
You want earbuds?
I like the earbuds.
All right, we'll get.
All right, we'll get you some earbuds. Now talk about your stool sample.
Well, when I swallowed a tooth, it was
Jesus Christ! What the fuck? Was it an expensive tooth or one of the shitty teeth that you were born with?
No, it was a good tooth.
How many original teeth are you down to?
2. No, 4.
You have 4 original teeth. That's it.
Well, the upper is all
what?
Is all implants. The upper is implants,
right?
And they're really good implants. I'm going to give you a compliment.
This is a bridge.
They're good implants, guys.
Thank you.
All right.
This is a bridge.
Not so good.
Yeah. And then, but I'm going to get a what do you call it? Right here.
Oh,
he's pointing to his cheeks.
I forget what. You can take it in and out.
A dick.
What are you getting, dentures?
A partial.
A partial.
2 on each side. 2 on each side.
So you have to take them out at night and clean them?
Put them in the Efferdent thing?
Yeah. That should be attractive for your wife.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was good. Learn from Norton. You don't need a lot. You just have to be quick. How bad does he want to say something else?
I don't want to say anything.
So you're not done with the dental work?
Yeah, I'm done. This happened last year. I had a crown, and there's a metal piece in it, and screw whatever, and somehow it came loose, and I swallowed it, and I was scared.
Who swallows their own tooth?
I just said I did, and
I get it.
And I was scared that it was stuck in my intestines, so I put on gloves and I dug through my shit every day until I found it.
Did you find it?
Yeah, I found it, but I would hit hard like peas or corn.
Oh, God.
Thinking it was well.
There's your earbuds with the adapter.
Thank you.
Why would you give it to him in the middle of a story? Because he gets distracted very easily.
Yeah, he really is like an ostrich.
I don't get it.
Yeah, of course you don't.
So I had to dig through it, and when you're touching your own shit with gloves and squishing through it,
Squishing?
squishing through it.
Yeah.
It's
terrible.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
What'd you do with the tooth when you found it?
I saved it. I got it at home.
No.
What'd you make?
Huh?
You got a necklace out of it? Why did you save it?
I don't know.
Because he's Jewish. He has to save everything.
That's a good point.
Just a statement.
You said Jew too hard.
I think so.
Yeah, we got all uncomfortable.
I got a little too angry.
Jewish.
I can't say Jew properly.
Yeah.
There's always a little anger behind it.
That's because of the color of your hair.
Right. And that's how we start. Great.
Yeah, there you go.
We got Rick Ross coming in today.
Yes.
I know. I read up on him.
And also, he said he called me yesterday, and he said he wanted to. He's back in New York, and I told him call me when you're back because last time he did some college speech, and he said, yeah, do you want me to bring George with me? I forget the guy's. I don't know how to say it, George Young.
Yeah.
Who the guy that they based Blow on. So hopefully he comes with him. I'd love to talk to him too.
Wow.
He did a lot of time in jail.
Apostle did that movie Blow.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
It was great.
I didn't know that.
I haven't seen it in years, but it was really good. Johnny Depp and Ray Liotta was in that.
Right.
Awesome.
Johnny Depp's the shit. You see that new Black Mass trailer?
No.
Playing Whitey Bulger?
Oh, yeah, I did see that.
Fucking crazy.
Is that the first non-weird thing he's done in a long time? Because he keeps playing these weird, like, Tim Burton things.
Yeah, because he's got kids. Well, anytime an actor like that has kids, they always do some type of fucking weird kid movie for their kids.
Because they want their kids to love them.
Well, plus
because their kids think they're just fucking nerds.
Well, you do a movie like Blow, you make a little money. You do a movie for Disney or fucking Pixar or something, you're making money for the rest of your life.
He made his money from all those pirate things.
What?
We had Louis Black in here. He got paid shit for his role in
Louis
in Inside Out. He plays anger in Inside Out.
That's different, though, because he's a voice, not actually in it.
And Johnny Depp is Johnny Depp.
Why would it be different if it's one of the big characters in the fucking animation?
Right.
Because they should take care of those guys.
But that's just, like he said, they're notoriously cheap, and that's just the deal they do with the voice talent.
Sure.
And then you get paid extra if they got to record to be in a toy or a video game or something else.
So he doesn't get any of that action when his character is on all these products, because the products have started entering my house.
No, he said he got nothing from the merchandise.
Is that unbelievable?
That's crazy.
And there's 5 different versions of his figure out.
He's almost the star of the movie, Anger.
If it depends on who you are. I'm sure like different guys cut different deals.
Fuck yeah.
Johnny Depp would cut a different deal than Louis
Yeah, he
Black.
would.
Yeah.
And so would
Ray Romano.
But they make
got a different deal for Ice Age than Louis Black.
But they make so much money. Why not give Louis Black a little taste? Just something. Pennies on the dollar.
It's just different.
They're gonna have Inside Out yogurt and everything else.
It's
You know
different
this
for being a
shit.
voice than you actually being in the movie.
You know the shit that comes into your house that has all the the characters on them, right?
Yeah. Well, not
Minions, yogurt.
We'll get into it now. He's starting to like Bob Goblin and all that shit.
Bob, what?
Bob Goblin.
What's that?
Bob Goblin.
It's an animation.
It's a cartoon.
I don't know that one.
He's the only show he likes.
Oh, there it is. Oh yeah, I've seen.
Bob Goblin.
All right, I've seen that character before.
Wait till your kid starts playing Minecraft.
Forget it.
It's Minecraft.
My kid's not playing.
It's taking over the world.
It's unbelievable.
That costs money,
She'll
right?
be on 2 computers listening to this guy from England narrate, and he just nonstop talking. Then she does you couldn't figure this fucking game out
How
if
old
you
are
went
you
to college.
to play that? Like, is it like for 10-year-olds or?
Yeah,
My daughter's 7, and she's been playing it for a year, and she's fucking great. She's
great at it.
She's like a whiz. It's insane.
So all right.
I don't know if I want my kid to fucking do that.
Why?
Be addicted to a fucking video game.
It's gonna happen.
There's no lessons in it. There's no. It's not like
there's skill. There's
but there's
they're
no
creating.
It's gonna happen, Bob. You're not gonna be able to avoid that one.
Yeah.
My kid's already into Lego City and he does that Temple Run game.
Is it real Lego or no?
No, on the iPad.
When I was a kid, we played real Legos. Now they play it on glass. What the heck? No cleanup, I guess. What do I know?
He's already addicted to video games at 5.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you gonna get him the Xbox?
No.
Right.
Let him find his video game somewhere else.
Yeah, we never got an Xbox.
Although he has an iPad already,
They
so
didn't have an Xbox when you were out. When you were a kid, dumb dumb.
That's
my
true.
kid
They had
doesn't have an
chess.
Xbox.
True. I had an ex-wife and an ex-husband, both blaming each other.
This is just a mean radio.
You started
the
it.
fucking mean guy.
You came in mean.
Fat,
We could have had a
scallop,
nice day
fucking
together.
Sick face.
Yeah, I'm very, very.
You went
vulnerable
right around the
today.
fucking room.
Yeah, you go right around the room. No one
sorry.
said shit to you about your shirt, about your face, your ears.
What's wrong with my ears?
They're a little pointy.
Nothing. It's the space between them.
that we have a problem with. I saw Trainwreck last night.
How was it?
It was really good. Amy Schumer is going to be a star for a long fucking time. It's a romantic comedy with a bit of an edge.
It looks funny.
It's really good.
I've seen a
It's
good
well
amount of
written.
clips of it. I don't know, like I don't even remember where when she threw some party, like when we first finished it.
Yeah.
You could do was that thing she had where she had it on a loop, and the clips were really good.
Really
I
good.
wasn't.
The writing's,
I wasn't invited to any parties.
You're in it for like 2 seconds, but you got a really big laugh.
Yeah.
Really big laugh, yeah.
There's a poster she has for the movie on 10th Avenue. It goes around the whole fucking building. I'm telling you, I haven't seen a billboard this fucking big. It's insane.
And she's got buses that are wrapped for her Comedy Central show.
Yeah, I was in LA. I was following a bus and it had Amy and a bunch of asses on it.
Yeah.
Back, it's like,
your face.
oh, Rich, that's just hurtful.
See, Rich, and then you're wondering why.
Yeah,
that
why
was
it's a
another
mean room.
opportunity to maybe just have a nice conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't. I don't think you could do it.
I love when you school me.
See how uncomfortable he gets, though? We're gonna hug you soon.
Hopefully not Bobby. I don't want to break my back.
No, that's just mean.
See,
Yeah, but
now that's
he's-
just mean spirited.
It's all right. He's just, he's trying.
He's gonna pull his back out.
He's trying.
swinging so fucking hard.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, they're doing the right thing.
What?
I don't know. He said this poster's unbelievable. I'm like, yeah, they're doing the right thing.
yeah, all right. Well,
He's trying to go back. That's what he does. He says a stinker, and then he goes into serious
Yeah, he goes right
conversation.
back to where he was 5 minutes ago. But no, really, seriously, the poster's long.
Yes.
all the guys in the movie are great. David Tell's great as a homeless guy.
Yeah. Quinn's great, huh?
Quinn is great. The opening scene got a massive response.
Yeah.
Really funny. I don't want to give away too much of the movie, obviously.
You can
heard
tell when
Keith
it's
was
going to be
funny.
good.
But the opening scene, I'm like, the opening scene is Colin Quinn talking to a young Amy Schumer.
Right.
As Amy Schumer is like a 10-year-old or something like that.
Right.
And it just kills.
Yeah.
And that's how the movie starts. I'm like, good for Colin. But it's creepy because they aged him later in the movie.
Right.
So you see, like,
No, they made him younger in the beginning.
I said this to Bobby before, and he's like, so they're showing what Colin's going to look like in 4 years or 5 years, you said. But it's kind of creepy to see him just, a little older.
Yeah.
Like, it just, his hair's a mess and gray hair, and I don't know. He was good. Colin was really good in the movie, too.
That's good, man.
Mike Birbiglia was really good.
Yeah.
Bill Hader as the love interest was really good.
He's funny, man.
Bill Hader?
Yeah, he's great.
He's fucking funny and everything.
And LeBron James is in this movie, and he's fucking good.
Yeah.
He's a good actor.
That bums
Because I was
me
telling the guys before the show, when you see an athlete in these movies, their eyes give it away. They're not attached to the scene whatsoever. I don't know what it is. I don't know what they look at.
They look like the actors on SNL when they're reading the prompter.
Yeah,
They have
something
that
like
same
that.
vibe.
Their eyes are dead in these scenes usually, but LeBron James is well engaged with his scenes and really, really, really good. Really good actor. So
We're looking for pictures of Colin, but I don't think they'll show. I don't know if there's anything to look at for Trainwreck yet.
yeah,
I think Colin's in the trailer.
But not as the old man.
Oh,
Not as the old guy.
Oh yeah, this is the scene. Oh, so people have seen the opening scene if it's in the trailer. Okay. Yeah, it just killed yesterday. You want to play real fast or?
Yeah.
All right. This is Colin Quinn in the trailer for Trainwreck. I don't know why, and we can't hear it.
Okay, good.
It's the YouTube. You got to click on the audio there to the right. There you go. Start over. Yeah. It's okay. We'll get through this.
Two of them
are getting divorced. Monogamy isn't realistic.
Monogamy isn't realistic.
Again.
Monogamy isn't realistic.
I didn't understand that word at the time, but now I know exactly.
That's just the trailer. Fuck it. That's not even the funniest part, the Colin line. So
I heard Keith was really funny.
Oh, Keith is hilarious. He's in a movie theater. Yeah, acting. No, he's not even acting up. He's telling them to shut the fuck up.
Really?
And John Cena is naked in this movie on top of Amy Schumer.
Who?
His body is ridiculously stupid looking.
What do you mean? You liked it?
No.
That was hot?
No.
How's it look? You admired it? Like you want to get there?
No, Bobby.
How are the cheeks?
Disturbing.
Why? Disturbingly hot?
Yeah, very hot.
He's not
there
fat.
you go. I wanted to put my dick in his hiney. Okay,
really?
No, of course not.
Your face?
Just touch it?
Do you want to rub it?
No.
If you had the opportunity to touch his stomach, would you?
For what reason?
Feel how hard the abs are.
Oh, just to touch it? Sure, why not,
Right?
Bobby? Yeah.
Just go up and down a little bit.
Why is it ripped?
He's like, he's ridiculous looking.
Yeah.
He looks like he's on steroids. He's supposed to play like, one of those blockheads.
Right. Would you take your index finger and follow one of the veins from his shoulder down his bicep?
We're now in Bobby's fantasy world.
How about the guy's ass? What was it, 12 to midnight? Was that?
Oh, that guy, his name was Warren. The guy killing, he had the best cheeks in movie history.
Oh, when he was running down the street?
Naked, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Can I see this?
Creepy.
You go 10 to midnight. I'll be back.
Oh,
no, you won't.
You see Cena's ass in this movie, and everyone was laughing because it's just ridiculous. It's stupid looking.
That's the only scene I remember from that movie. Is that fucking guy's ass running down.
I don't know if I've ever seen this.
It's perfect. It's just a great ass.
All right, we'll find it in
I
a
forget
second.
his name, but Charles Bronson catches him with the big. You know what this is for? It's for jacking off.
Like jacking off.
I fucking saw it, but I figured the only thing I remember is that scene. Is his ass running down. I mean, I remember being young and being like, "Wow, that guy's in shape." Like, just fucking great looking.
I kept remembering going, turn around.
God. We can't find the scene.
Just go guy running down the street.
I don't know if
in the trailer.
it's not going to be in the trailer. I don't think YouTube will allow it because of their nudity policy.
Just cheeks, they might.
They might show cheeks.
They might show.
Bobby, I got your new show. I haven't been able to check it out yet.
Oh, cool.
When is
How'd
it
you get
premiere?
it?
July 16th.
I got the first 4 episodes.
Yeah.
How did you get it?
I don't know.
From Roland or
probably Roland?
Yeah, they sent the press kits one out.
Yeah, but I don't have a CD player anymore or DVD player.
Yeah. They probably.
I got to figure out how to fucking watch this thing.
Well, they probably got a link you can get.
Yeah, how about they give me a link? That would make it a lot easier.
They sent out for the press kit. It's kind of it's an album.
I saw that.
Yeah, so it's like an old school.
There it is. Hold on.
vinyl.
Sorry, Bobby.
Yeah.
We're gonna be distracted by this guy's ass.
Let me see. Where do I look?
All right, ready?
Right there. Can you make the screen make it bigger? What are you doing? Try to look at this guy.
Charles Bronson.
He's just running right now with great music. She's running. There's a helicopter, and Warren is chasing her with his perfect hairdo.
I know.
Oh, Bronson can't really run, huh?
No, he's not going to catch a young, in-shape Warren.
Helicopter above.
I don't know why this guy's still chasing her.
This is horribly pixelated.
Yeah. Why aren't they showing the hiney?
Oh, they will. Oh, it's coming.
There's the frontal nudity.
His little ding dong whapping up onto his belly button.
There it is.
There it is.
Wow, he's right behind her. What a fun scene that must be to run naked down the street.
You would like to do that, right, Jimmy?
Yeah, more than anything. Chase this girl naked.
Oh,
Charles Bronson.
oh, look at that! Look at that hiney.
Holy Jesus.
It's perfect.
It's like a dog.
It was so cheesy. She ran right into Bronson's arms.
Yeah.
You gotta let the line play out, though. It's just a great Charles Bronson line.
Get away! I tried to keep you from running loose. Now there are 3 more dead girls.
Girls.
Drove me to it! That blood on my clothes! Those pictures on the wall where everybody could see them! Digging into my personal life! It's my life! Those phone calls on me every minute! All those girls. You sick son of a bitch. I am sick. I am sick. I didn't know what I was doing. It's like something was happening and I couldn't control myself. Why else would I kill girls I don't even know? It's like I'm 2 different people. I hear voices telling me what to do. Once it begins, I can't stop. So go ahead. Arrest me. Take me in. You can't punish me. I'm sick. You can't punish me for being sick. All you can do is lock me up, but not forever. One day I'll get out. One day they'll get out. That's the law. That's the law. That's the law. And I'll be back. I'll be back. You'll hear from me. You and the whole fucking world. No, we won't.
The cops would come and cuff the guy, and fucking Bronson puts a slug in his forehead while there's 30 cop cars around. No, we won't.
That's how sick this room is. We just automatically burst out laughing.
That's the guy who played Charles Manson, too, in the TV movie, yeah.
Yeah, that was some good acting.
But then the credits just roll.
Bad.
I think the credits just roll. That's the end.
Yeah.
He puts a slug in the guy's head.
And our reaction is to laugh.
It's a great movie, though.
After that dramatic scene.
It's a little cheesy. I just think the line, no, we won't.
Right.
I miss movies like that.
Maybe it doesn't hold up, but there was a time that was some good shit.
Was that one of his vigilante movies? Was that part
No,
of
I
it?
think he played a cop. I could be wrong. Thank you.
When is Rick Ross coming in?
They'll be here by about 8.
Oh, okay.
And so hopefully we'll get some food first.
You see about the machete guy?
I did not.
Right in our wheelhouse. Got Brian Park. They're doing a yoga thing. And the yoga's over, and this, I think this South Korean tourist is just fucking trying to walk away, and then this maniac starts following her. It's on the front page of all our papers. And then he takes out a machete and starts hacking away her arm.
No.
Machete madman attacks in Midtown. Brian Park, it's 5 blocks from here.
Did he
6
cut her
blocks.
arm off or just cut her?
I don't know. I don't think he cut her arm. He wanted to do more damage, and then everyone jumped on this fucking guy.
Oh, good.
But,
just some madman.
let's see.
What a madman.
Why'd he do it? Did they say why he did it? Boyfriend or?
No, he did it because he's fucking crazy.
Just another.
He did it because he's fucking nuts.
Yeah, just another guy that should have been aborted.
I'm trying to find all his priors. Hold on.
He's done it before.
Yeah, he's done it before.
How about we allow you 1 machete attack?
Right.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Why are you allowed 2 machete attacks?
That's a great point. Young, who has at least 24 prior arrests, including a 2010 machete attack, hacked at the victim's arm several times as she screamed. Yeah, Jimmy's right. I don't think you should be allowed to have another machete attack.
And it's only 5 years ago.
Only 5 years ago.
Yeah, but again, he's just mentally ill, and just put these fucking violent people down.
Well, we used to have them.
How do you not see somebody with a fucking machete?
Yeah, I know. Where are you hiding?
Oh, man. Where the fuck is that? How do you just walk down the
He had it in
I remember
a
I
bag.
walked down the street with a baseball bat because I got this Red Sox bat.
Yeah.
People were looking at me like, what the fuck? Like, they were scared. You see a guy walking down the street with a baseball bat in New York City, like, what the fuck's this asshole going to do? Never mind a machete. What the fuck?
Yeah, it was in a bag. He pulled it out. So that was right over here, only a few blocks away.
Yeah, 6th Avenue.
So
It's crazy.
hopefully he won't get a chance to do a third. Shaw, what's the Shaw Skank sex closet? I didn't see this yet. An exclusive in the Post. Are you guys following the prison escape?
Yeah, I did a show up in Buffalo to all those guards up there.
What do you mean all those guards? The prison's nowhere near Buffalo.
Let me see.
Yeah, there was a bunch of prison guards from all over New York State. It was a golf tournament, and there was a lot of them that worked at that prison. I wasn't allowed to talk about it
Oh, really? Why?
because I didn't have any jokes.
Oh.
But you know what's funny? I read in the paper yesterday they found in the garage some of the DNA from these two escaped convicts, like who really gives a fuck? What are you going to do? Bring the DNA in and clone? You know, these guys are long gone. They're fucking gone.
Why would you say clone?
Well, because they said, you know, their story is we got some of their DNA,
right?
But that means nothing.
It's their underpants, by the way. So it's either cum, pee, or shit.
Yeah, but it means nothing. Like they don't have the guys, so don't like fucking go. Oh, look what we found. They could be fucking in Mexico for all we know.
No DNA and pee. Eric's telling me.
No, it's got to either be semen or a stool sample.
All right, I was close. 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
So what DNA and pee?
No.
So what are you talking about?
What I'm saying is they're giving us nothing but saying, "Oh, look what we're doing." You know, we found some DNA. They could have been there a week ago.
So they shouldn't have reported it?
They're already saying that the DNA or whatever they found proves that they were there within 24 hours of finding it.
Well,
it's evidence. It's just fucking.
It's evidence, and it proves that they didn't get too far after all.
Oh, yeah. I didn't read the whole story. I just
it's
read
evidence that they were in the they were there.
Yes.
Yeah. And when they were there, so why wouldn't they report that?
I don't know. I'm just trying to be devil's advocate.
What are you doing?
Do you just want to talk today?
What are you doing?
No, I'm saying.
Have you been on the road for a long time?
What are you trying to say?
I'm saying, look, if you don't,
you're a professional broadcaster.
What I'm saying
on
is,
Tuesday nights, and that's what happens to you.
Listen, what I'm saying is, if you don't catch them,
it's like the biggest story out there. And
bring them in. Bring them in. That's all I'm saying.
Well, they're trying to bring them in.
Yes, we know that. They've been trying for 2 weeks.
It's a fascinating news story.
Tell the truth. How many people kind of want them to get away?
I'm raising my hand. I know they did some real shitty things, but
why do you want them to get away?
I don't know. It's exciting. It's like a movie or something.
Yeah, because they always catch.
As long as they don't, come to New York City. They did horrific things. You got to acknowledge that. But there are a lot of people.
They shot a cop.
I think one guy killed a cop, and one guy tortured his boss.
Yeah.
Which again, that guy I'm rooting for.
You don't want those fucking guys walking around.
The guy who tortured his boss.
You can't relate to someone torturing their boss
unless they're in a rent-a-car right now listening to the show. I mean, you don't want those guys fucking walking around torturing a human being. No, I don't give a fuck if he's a boss.
No, in the end,
a fucking priest.
Obviously, in the end, you want him caught. But you don't want them caught right away because the story is too damn good. Just how they got out of there. There's tools in the frozen chop meat. You got this pig having sex in a closet at the jail.
You want the movie to be good when they make the movie?
Well, the movie's a no-brainer at this point. You could tell it's going to be great.
Yeah,
the story's too good.
Yeah,
Jimmy's working on it.
Yeah. You're writing it already?
Yeah.
Oh, no shit.
Yep.
Who's going to star in it? Did you pick a cast yet?
I'm going to play one of the guys.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. Which guy?
Probably the guy with the big dick.
With the big dick guy?
Yeah.
That's cool. Can I be in it?
Sure. Yeah. You're the boss.
The one guy's got a big dick. The other guy's leaving his underwear behind and eating peanut butter.
And she does look like Paul Williams.
Yeah.
The woman.
Paul Williams.
Hey,
how big's his dick? Did they tell us?
They said early on in the story to get us interested that he's well endowed. So what is well endowed? Like over 8?
It depends on the person. I mean, if you're Peter Dinklage, over 4.
Over 8?
For well endowed.
Fuck yeah.
I think you can't say well endowed until you get at least up to 8, right?
I'd say 7, but whatever you think it is. I see a 7-inch pecker, I'm like, wow.
I'd say if it drops.
If it what?
Drops.
We're just saying if it stands straight out like a baby penis, it's small.
I definitely.
Well, can I get to this? Because the latest is she might have had sex in the closet over 100 times.
A baby dick. So if it goes straight up, you get a baby dick.
If you're standing up and your dick is pointing straight out, but you don't have an erection, you have a baby cock. That's a baby cock. Because it's resting on your balls, but it can't clear them enough to drool.
It can't clear them.
It's like peering over the edge of your balls like it's on the edge of a building, looking over.
Prison worker Joyce Tilly Mitchell had sex at least 100 times.
I know we all know what baby cock looks like. How do you know?
Because I've seen enough commercials.
But with baby cock?
Well, yeah, it's a baby dick. You just know what a baby dick looks like.
I didn't know what a baby dick looked like until I had a baby.
Plus, I've seen people change babies. You know somebody change a baby?
Yeah, I have one.
No, before that, you'd have aunts and uncles and nephews.
No.
I don't think I really ever saw baby dick until my son was born.
Yeah, I didn't see baby dick.
I'm trying to remember if I ever saw baby dick.
We don't watch the same films.
Oh, God. Jeez.
No, it's not that uncommon to see a naked baby.
For you?
No, people change. I don't like babies. With clothes or nude.
Really?
No, they're cute.
They're adorable. You love kids.
Yeah, I like kissing little fat cheeks. They're adorable.
All right, so this Tilly's a pig. Prison worker Joyce Tilly Mitchell had sex at least 100 times in a sewing shop storage closet with one of the convicted killers she helped spring. Former inmate told the Post hours after her clueless husband insisted she never could have bedded the escaped criminals. Mitchell spent her jailhouse days giggling, chatting, and showering gifts on convicted cop killer David Sweat. Yeah, he's a convicted cop killer, so maybe, you know.
Got to catch him.
Yeah, you gotta catch both of them in the end, but I understand your point.
Yeah, I mean,
David Sweat in the Clinton Correctional Facility workplace she was supposed to be supervising, said the former prisoner. So, is there anything else good in this article? She would routinely end her shift by disappearing into the 8-foot by 15-foot stockroom with the 35-year-old Sweat for at least a half hour at a time. Wow.
What's the husband? Did he leave her yet?
Nah, he's clueless. He did an interview with Matt Lauer.
And his wife fucked some prisoner 100 times, and he's still prison guard.
Well, the Post is saying today, sorry, Lyle, that's his name. She lied to you, so...
so weird that fucking women just...
he was getting it on with her, or she was doing sexual favors for him. Mitchell, 51, gave the other inmates an unlikely excuse for her storage closet with Sweat. She said they were just counting the clothes made by each prisoner, but no one was fooled. Everyone used to joke with him that he was getting his quiet time with his boo, his girlfriend. Ugh. It was like the running joke in the tailor shop. So this guy would go in the closet and just bang away. Anything else in the story worth mentioning?
Oh.
That was it.
I think that's it.
Okay. So they're getting close to getting them.
I don't think they're out of New York.
No, they're probably close to where they were.
Well, you know, here's weird. When I was going up to Toronto a couple weeks ago, and you're going from New York to Toronto, I don't know what river it is, but it seems
Niagara River.
It seems like you could just get scuba gear or whatever and just swim across into Canada.
Yeah, the border is pretty easy to get across if you want to do it illegally.
Yeah,
you know,
they explained that on CNN. They did it dramatically, where a reporter was in a field saying, "Now I'm in America, now I'm in Canada," and it was one step in a dumb field somewhere.
It's insane how easy it is.
Why is it insane
to get in this country with all the terrorism and fucking criminals? How easy it is to get into this country, that terrorists can fly through Canada and get into this country like that. Don't you find that amazing, Bobby?
Yeah, no, I was listening to you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, see, Mike in Florida.
I just don't know why couldn't you just take a boat? Why do they have to get scuba gear? You know how hard it is to get scuba gear?
No, the boat.
In upstate New York?
The boat would be more...
It's not Aruba.
The boat would be more suspicious.
They would spot a boat, Bobby.
Yeah?
But what about the people that just jump in the river and swim? So then, how do they know which side they started on?
Oh.
What do you mean what side they started? They swim straight ahead.
He's really stupid.
What do you mean what side they started?
I'm just saying in general, if you got people on the American side and the people on the Canadian side swimming and stuff, you could easily just keep swimming to the other side.
Yes.
And people wouldn't be like blown away by that.
How do they know who's crossing the river and who actually is just taking a dip on their own side?
Thank you.
How do they
Thank
know?
you, Jimmy, for explaining it even better. Yes. Mike in Florida. Oh, if you just don't think about the crimes they committed, that's what we're talking about here. You really want them to get away. But then as soon as you realize, it's a cop killer and the other guy tortured his boss, of course you want him caught.
Well, look at fucking Joanne Chesmart killed a state trooper or two of them in Jersey. And she's been in fucking Cuba for the last 20 fucking years.
They won't give her up.
Huh?
They won't give her up.
And but how have we not sent in any missionaries or anybody to go in and just take her out?
Missionaries?
Missionary?
To do what? Feed her?
Yeah,
clothe her?
Give her Jesus?
Isn't that what they're called?
Well, if they were, I wouldn't say that.
Isn't that what they call? Oh, mercenaries. Sorry, mercenaries. Okay. I want them to go in, give her a little God.
Send in missionaries.
Give her a little mercenaries. Sorry.
You want them to come in with pamphlets?
But or just send in fucking, bounty hunters or whatever.
Bounty hunters. That's not even the bounty hunters.
Yeah, they
get criminals in this country. You can't go to another country.
Yeah, it's hard to do it in another country and have a whole incident.
Yeah, they'll fucking shoot you.
Not for one person.
Not if you're good.
Like Dog the Bounty Hunter?
He was terrific, wasn't he?
Who, Dog?
Yeah.
Yes. I like him on the phone better than the show.
Yes. Wow. Remember that faux pas. So that's the latest on the prison story, I guess. And one of the guys might be barefoot.
Did you see the guy who jumped on a moose swimming across a river and rode it?
No.
It's fucking crazy. These drunk dickheads. There's a moose trying to go across the river. These drunk dickheads on a boat pull up next to it, and one of the guys just jumps off and jumps on its back and starts riding it.
Yeah, did you yell at him?
I actually, in my head, was counting because I know there's keywords for you that you just light up. And I know moose is one of them.
Yeah, that's the brilliance of Rich. He doesn't really hear what you're saying, but he waits for words.
That's why he doesn't need headphones.
He just waits for words.
He doesn't even hear them. He just feels the way they vibrate on him in the air. And he reacts like a snake.
All right, I got to see this.
He's like Daredevil.
Here it is. Drunk guy jumps on moose from boat. I did not see this yet.
That's fucking ridiculous. Fucking drunk assholes. Poor moose.
There's the moose starting his little swim. Got an out-of-shape guy getting excited.
It's fucking terrible. It's just fucking terrible.
This proves humans just stink.
This proves alcohol is just fucking bad.
It's pretty brave to jump on a moose.
It's stupid.
That's ballsy though. That's fucking insane.
Yeah, but the fucking moose is just trying to get across the dumb river, and he's got fucking three hammerheads.
And the boat's scaring the shit out of him.
Yeah. Poor...
And this guy's on the front of the boat, getting ready to jump in.
Look at boom,
and he jumps
on the moose.
And the moose. Now the moose is going to carry him, and
he's riding the moose.
He's riding the moose.
That's not that bad.
Drunk asshole.
The moose is probably frightened, but
you think?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty funny. I have to admit, that's pretty fucking funny.
Ridiculous.
Moose
He's lucky the moose didn't turn around and start pouncing on him, though.
Well, because it was too deep. They waited. If you see, he was walking in the water, and then when he got too deep, he had to swim. And when he started swimming is when he jumped on his back.
Yeah, because the moose can't do anything at that point.
That's why the moose turned around and went back to shallow water, and that's when he fell off.
Yeah, because he was ready to...
You think the moose would have gotten his ass?
Oh, he wanted to get that guy to shallow water.
Dude, a lot of people, a moose will fucking kill you. Yeah.
That's why that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I did that once with a bear.
No, you didn't. Oh, fucking Chip.
What? He might have.
He didn't do it with the bear.
I think he might have.
He didn't. He's never been in the woods.
Let's ask him. Chip, did you ride a bear once?
Nope.
Moose attacks pickup truck.
That's because the young mooses are there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get...
Yeah,
the hair goes up on its back. Holy fuck.
Yeah, I would not fuck with it.
That looks like from another time.
It was just a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, they're driving on the road, and there's a moose with two little moosers.
Called mooselets.
Oh, mooselets?
Two little
okay.
mooskins. How about the fucking douchebag moose gets off?
Oh, this moose is not happy.
Yeah. Get the wood, you cunt. Stupid moose.
Wait, wasn't there a fucking bear walking around either New York or New Jersey?
Yeah.
Recently, last week.
Now the moose.
Oh, Jesus. Right into the windshield. Cracked windshield.
They're trying to pass it, and the moose is running alongside them.
Well, how slow's the car?
Oh, yeah, that guy's a little freaked out now.
But why is the moose running alongside him when the guy's going away? That's what dumb moose are.
It was all fun and games, but then the guy got scared at the end there. And his truck got fucked up.
But he's trying to pass the moose, and the moose is running with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the moose doesn't fucking know that. The moose doesn't know what a fucking truck is.
Yeah, but he sees the thing going away from him. He knows near and far.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but he's trying to, as soon as he got instinctually, as soon as he started running, he's like, I won, let me go fucking chase this thing away so it doesn't hurt my kids.
Are you a fucking moose therapist? How many things do you know about moose?
Look at me. I did my own fat joke.
Do you ever watch the videos of the white guy that goes into black neighborhoods and gets punched in the face, lifting up like their pants and taking their
Yeah, I
cell
was watching
phone
it
and
yesterday.
stuff.
It's very funny.
Yeah.
You know, we sent Adrian to Harlem yesterday.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
For what?
Speaking of which.
Do we have time to play those clips, or is Rick Ross here? When is Rick Ross coming in? You said 8 o'clock?
Yeah, he wasn't back there yet.
He wasn't back there? You want to try?
Huh? I want to eat too. There's no food.
The food is coming down. How about we'll take a break and we'll figure it all out? Because the food is arriving. And
how long did we go?
And Jimmy's starving. That's an hour, Bobby.
Wow.
Yes.
There you go. That's
not
good.
bad, right?
Very fast.
This Saturday, I'll be at the Comedy Shop in Pompton Lakes, and July 24th and 25th in Salt Lake City, Utah, a new club called 50 West.
I'm
Salt
playing
Lake
there
City.
too. I heard that's good.
Yeah. July 24th and 25th. Come this Saturday, Comedy Shop in New Jersey. And then the rest of my dates are on my website, richvoss.com. Thank you for all the support in life.
Yep.
I got Pittsburgh this Friday, and then this morning I have a pre-sale going on sale for Dallas and Houston, House of Blues, August 21st and 22nd. Houston the 21st, Dallas the 22nd.
Of what?
And, thank you, of August.
I might be open. I'll open for
Tickets are going on sale tomorrow, but the pre-sale is today at 10 a.m. Texas time. Thanks, Ken.
Saturday night, I'm going to be at the Treehouse in New Haven, Connecticut. Sports Haven. Saturday night, one show. And then check out July 16th and 18th. I'll be at the Gotham Comedy Club.
This is my best summer.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm local so much. It's a fucking West
Break
summer.
it.
All right, we're going to break and eat, and then hopefully...
I'm talking to Bobby.
I know, we're on the radio.
We're still on the radio.
Oh, I thought you broke.
No,
it doesn't even matter how we break. It's just that you have no fucking feel for anything, and you took your headphones off. It doesn't matter. We're gonna eat. Hopefully, Rick Ross will be here next. All right, it's fine in the end. I don't give a fuck. I'm Kelly in studio. We got Rich Voss in studio, and in just a moment here, we're gonna have Rick Ross. This all came together late last night. Jimmy texted me and said, "Holy fuck, we get Rick Ross in today."
Yeah, we had.
Yeah, go ahead, Jimmy.
Yeah, so we had talked a while ago, and he was doing some speech and he couldn't come.
Yeah.
So I'm like, the next time you're here, just come in. And he called me last night. Hey,
The
Rick.
legend himself. My God.
How you doing?
Welcome. Nice to meet you.
How you doing?
Bob Kelly, Rich Voss, Opie, and of course you know Jimmy. You guys, Jimmy interviewed you for his Vice show. And wow, was that a great interview?
Yeah, that was the one that people seemed to enjoy the
That
most.
was
I think.
great. You guys could have talked for another, for hours.
We do.
You guys kept in touch ever since?
Yeah. Yeah, he's hard to pin down to get together because he's always doing stuff. But
right,
I'm
all over the country.
What are you here for now?
I'm hot.
I'm hot. Yeah. What are you doing in New York?
Man, we did a book release party here for a young lady named Alexis. She just did a book called A Misfit Economy, and she brings in all these guys from around the country or the world who was in the underground economy. You know, like me. She had a hacker that was there, and he had been to prison. George from Blow, you know.
Right.
Who else was there? This other guy, David Vick, who got caught smuggling 37 tons of marijuana from Colombia. Who else was there? It was like 10 of us there. I can't think of everybody, Jim. You know my mind is bad.
it's all guys who have made a lot of money, kind of off the books, as they say.
Off the books. On the QT.
Yeah, what happened with George? George, what, Jung is how you say his last name?
Yeah, they said something. He got a call today from his parole officer, and I don't know what happened. You know, George is still on parole. And everybody in there was convicted. I mean, not everybody in there, but there was like 10 of us that's convicted felons. And he was in the building with us. So I don't know how his PO is going to take. I know mine didn't like it. One time I was in an event with all convicted felons, and my PO, he had a fit. And when I come in, he was flipping up and down and back and forth.
Yeah, but you're making money, right?
I mean,
at the event.
It's supposed to be like that, but I don't know what's wrong. The system is just crazy. You know, they just want to keep locking you up. Even if this is an open public event, and this is like an educational, you know, background for like it was a lot of college kids there. Matter of fact, there was some college kids there that had saw me speak at Brown University, and they was there. So it was a type of event where people were there getting information, and we trying to compare the difference between the two lives. And but anyway, he was on parole. He's still on parole.
Yeah, when you called yesterday, I think you were talking to him. You're like, "Hey, I'm with George Young. George, you want to go?" I'm like, "How are they allowed to be next to each other? Isn't that a problem?"
Yeah.
Well, we were already in the same building, and I mean, I should have told him that, mate, you might not should be here, but he had got approval, I think, from his PO and everything. But still, sometimes they, why let you go there with 10 ex-cons, and one guy smuggled 10 tons of marijuana, and Ricky Ross is there, and so, it could be a problem for him, and I hope it's not, because he really didn't do it,
How much time did George end up doing? He was the inspiration for Blow, if people don't know. How much time did he end up doing?
I think George did about 60, and he had 60 years. I think he did about 30.
He did 30?
Yeah.
And when did he come out?
He only been out a couple months.
Oh, wow.
Sometime
he's fresh out.
2014, yeah.
So this would be like one of his first interviews,
Oh, wow.
From your past, were you, besides, an entrepreneur, seller, were you a user? Were you addicted to what you were?
I used for about a week, maybe week and a half.
A week of crack?
Yes.
Then you didn't do enough of it. If you only did a week.
well, I did enough to know that I couldn't afford to do it.
Mentally, physically, or financially?
Financially. When I went into the drug business, I went into it to make some money. And when I started getting high, I had about an ounce, which is worth about, at that time, maybe $9,000. And when I woke up, out of my crack week and a half roll, I had like $300. And I said, hey, you can't do this. Not for you. You in it for the money, and I quit. I never did it.
It was that easy to quit. Wow.
No.
It's not that. It's not really easy to quit, but
you were,
if you make your mind up.
That's what I'm saying. You realize, wait a minute, before this gets crazy, I'm quitting this shit because I want to make the money.
I wish I could make money off of food.
The restaurant down the block.
Well, somebody does. McDonald's does.
How old were you when you decided the crack wasn't for me?
Well, not that it wasn't for me, but it wasn't for me to use.
That's what I mean.
I was about 20 years old.
20 years old, right?
Yeah. But there's other people that's had similar encounters. I mean, I was at my first hemp fest, a couple months back, and because I'm off parole now, so I can go to the hemp fest and the 420 and everything else. And I'm at one, and this guy comes up to me, and it's an older guy, and his teeth was all rotten out and everything, and he'd been taking pictures of me all day, and I was like, man, what's happening with you, man? You want to tell me something? And the guy just came out, and he was like, man, I took your advice, and I just quit, man. I had this out-of-body experience, and the body that came out of the body that was dirty and all beat up looked at him and said, man, you know what? You're out of here. You got two choices, heart attack or a stroke. Which one you want to go out of here on? And he was like, man, I only got two choices. And he said, you know what? You got a third one, quit. The guy said he quit that day. So it's really that simple, but a lot of people haven't came up with reasons for themselves to quit. So if a person trying to get a person who quit, who don't want to quit, you want him to quit, but he doesn't want to quit, you can't stop
If it was easy to quit, though, business would have been not good for you. So it's probably better for you back then, at least.
Absolutely.
Was crack the best drug you did? What was he? What I've never done crack.
No, I loved marijuana.
Marijuana's the best.
I didn't stop smoking marijuana because I said, you know what? You can afford to smoke this. You can smoke $40,000 a week, and it don't hurt you. But if
you were making
crack,
he was making $100,000 a week.
Yeah. Oh, it don't hurt you financially.
No, I was making more than that a week. I used to make that a day profit.
But see, people don't know. Crack is no different than freebase. They just call it crack, and it's basically just freebase.
It was freebase
in a $10 form.
But it is addictive, though.
Hey, listen, I was a crack addict. I know.
Oh, okay.
I was.
All right, I'm sorry. Sorry.
No. It's just one subject that I know, and we all know addiction in this room. Look around, you know what I mean? Food, sex, gambling,
drugs and alcohol.
Drugs,
money.
So,
addicted to money.
We're all addicted to everything, pretty much.
In New York, when crack in the 80s, when I don't know if it was the 80s we were doing, we would go up to 158th in Amsterdam, and there would be lines outside, and they would just open a window on the door, stick it through, you give them the money, and it was like a store. And
Sound like
people,
one of my places.
Yeah, and it was standing, and we used to go to places, all up in Spanish Harlem and whatever. And it was.
You would just wait online?
So yeah, sometimes we wait online. Sometimes we'd pull up, and dudes would, come to the car, whatever. We went up. We all have 1,000 drug stories, in nightmare stories or war stories.
Absolutely. You should have been at the panel yesterday. You'd have made a perfect one for the panel yesterday.
Well, I got 29 years clean now.
That's good. That's why they need to hear from guys like you. One of the things, they asked me, they was like, Rick, why are you so blunt with what happened? I said, because our kids need to know the truth. They've been lying to them too long, so now it's time that we tell them exactly what's going to happen and let them make a decision. You can't give them half-truths and then get mad at them because they make a wrong decision. Well, you didn't tell them what was going to happen, or you lied to them. And I think that it's time, and I thought what they did yesterday was great for everybody. Get all the truths out. Let everybody tell it the way it really happened, and then our kids can make decisions.
How long did you deal for? Just for people who aren't familiar with your story and who didn't see the interview on Vice, how long did you? Because you dealt in the early to mid '80s.
I did it for like 8.5 years.
And you got caught. How did you get caught?
My friends turned me in. My buddies.
The connection you had.
Yeah, my connect.
Did they do it because they had to save themselves, or?
That's usually the case. Yeah, a guy gets caught. Probably somebody snitches him out too. And then he needs to snitch somebody out or a few people out to get himself off. So I was the sacrificial lamb. He brought me to the police and said, "Hey, this is my buddy," and me and him made a lot of money together, and lock him up and let me go.
Was it kind of a relief in a weird way?
For me to go to prison?
Well, not to prison, but to finally be caught, because to live with that, knowing any day someone could be knocking on your door, coming from you, that must have been extremely stressful to try to go to sleep at night.
It is stressful, but I live with it just fine.
There's the answer. But how?
No, getting caught was the stressful part.
How did you live with it just fine, though?
Jail was stressful?
You had everything covered. You just knew how to just make sure,
Well, in the drug business, you're going to get caught.
You just knew eventually it was going to come to an end.
Yeah, you're going to get caught.
The 100,000, because I'm confused by that. You were making 100,000 a week at what age? And then
not a week. I did 100,000 a day. Yeah.
Okay, then that's okay. It was 100,000 a day.
I had days.
Yeah.
I made $3 million went through my hand.
Well, yeah.
Just touched it, but I was able to pull some of that out of that $3 million.
Right.
Maybe like off of every million, 200,000, maybe 250. Partner, who I was selling to at that time, because different guys had different prices because they moved different weights and they moved it at different paces. So I made different amounts of money off of different guys.
Where do you keep your money, all that cash?
Oh, in the mattress.
No, did you have like a fucking system?
I used to go buy these safes that weighed 2,500 pounds because I learned early in the game. One time I had a little safe. It was about 2 feet by about 2 feet. And I come in the house one day and it was gone.
They just picked it up?
So, I said, you know what? I'm going to get me a bigger safe. So I go get another one, and it was about 3 feet tall, and it was on wheels. And I come home one day, and that one was gone.
How much was in those safes, if you had to guess, when they took them?
The first one, probably about 30,000. The second one, about 70,000.
Wow. Man.
But then I got smart, right? I said, okay. I went and got one that weighed 2,500 pounds. They had to bring it in with a little train, and it was on tracks. And then they took it off, and I said, oh, let somebody move that one. I know something. I didn't have that problem no more.
So did you go to jail for drugs or tax evasion, or both?
Drugs. I was set up. My partner called me and said, hey, you know what? I got drugs for you. You want to buy some? And I said, how much? And he gave me a price, and he said, and guess what? We'll give it to you on credit.
Do you remember what the price was?
10,000 a kilo. It was $1 million for 100 kilos.
Okay.
They did a movie about that. There's a movie out called 100 Kilos, and that's about my setup and my whole 9 yards. I helped produce it. That was the first movie I ever produced, and I produced that from jail, too, even though they didn't give me my credit again. They like to take your credit in Hollywood.
In jail...
So wait, so this guy, Oscar or something was his name, right?
Yeah, Oscar Blandon.
Blandon, yeah. And who did
you remember?
I do, yes. Who did he work for?
He was a Nicaraguan Contra. He used to be the minister of agriculture, and he was a Contra. Contra was backed by the CIA, so he was part of the CIA Army that was trying to what's that word when they fight a war and clean the people out their country?
I don't know.
I can't think of the name of it. But he was fighting the Sandinistas over in his country, and they were backed by the CIA, and they were over selling drugs to raise money for their cause.
Yeah, and the CIA apologized for that recently. Didn't they come out and say that they were sorry that they did allow money to come in to the ghetto, and they denied it for years, but then recently they admitted it and said they were sorry?
They did, but they didn't apologize to Gary Webb or his family, none of the newspapers, that went against Gary. Gary is the guy that broke the story. They just did a movie about Gary called Kill the Messenger. They got my character in there, too.
Yeah, Michael K. Williams plays you.
Yeah. So the CIA did admit that Gary's story had the basics was true, but they tried to discredit him in other ways, saying, well, he said they deliberately gave it to the black community, and that's not what Gary did. I think Gary said that it eventually got to a lot of the black community, and that there's a lot of black men in prison right now for selling drugs, and that he thought that it was wrong. So the gist of his story was correct. But nobody really knows about it right now. Nobody on the street knows that the CIA admitted that they were allowing their army to bring drugs into the country.
But they say, crack and Freeway was brought to the black community, but, in a way, white people were buying ounces of coke and powder and cooking it themselves. The only difference was that you would pull up in a black community and there'd be dudes on the street selling vile. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they were easy. They were easier to catch.
It was in every community. Coke. I mean, fucking.
It was. Absolutely. And I don't think Gary necessarily said that or meant that in his article. I think that people were looking for a way to discredit him. Because if you discredit him, you discredit the story, and you take the picture off the CIA and put it on Gary Webb, and I believe that that's what happened. And eventually, he was found dead with two gunshot wounds to the head, and everybody. He had lost his job. They took his job from him. He could no longer be a news reporter. It was just tragic, to have a guy who had all this background in reporting and the news to be gone. He's gone now, and I believe that he was one of our freedom fighters. Somebody who he's the guy that right now with the forfeiture laws that they're still back in the day you could be riding down the street smoking a joint and all the joint was gone. You had a roach and the police pull you over and say, I smell weed in here. We're gonna take you to jail. So they would take you to jail. They would confiscate your car. Your car would be gone. And you would go to court, and the judge say, well, how much weed did you find? And they say, we found a roach. And the judge would say, well, what is it? And it wasn't enough to test. So the judge kicked you out of court. Well, your car's gone.
And they keep the car?
And they keep your car. Well, Gary's the one who wrote the first article to stop that and said it is wrong, that these people should be prosecuted. Mm-hmm. They should be found guilty. And if they're not found guilty, you should give them back their property.
Well, they were doing that in New York, too. They were taking cars from the people coming up, copping from Jersey and stuff. That right after I got clean, went to rehab, that's when it got famous in New York. Mm. And they were fucking taking cars and stopping. And, before it was just like people from Jersey. It was like cars coming in, just buying. And you know what I mean? And
what do they do with the cars, though, if they don't give them back to you?
They impound them. They sell them all auctions.
No
auction
kidding.
Them off. Yeah, they have those fucking auctions.
Yeah. They.
I want to go back to how long were you in prison? Because that's a fascinating part of your story too. Because you found a loophole to get out of.
I did 20 years and 3 months. After the 20, I say I ain't counting no more. I can do whatever else y'all got for me. Just let it roll.
And how many more were you going to do if you didn't find this loophole?
I would have never got out. I was never supposed to be a free man again.
And were you able to read and write before you went into jail?
I was not, totally.
So you learned how to read. This is amazing about Rick Ross. He learns how to read and write in jail, and then he finds a loophole in his own case, and that's the only reason we're talking to you here in the studio today.
That's the only reason.
What was the loophole?
What they did is they had charged me with 3 strikes. Because, I was going around the country selling from state to state selling drugs, and they charged me with 3 strikes under the federal law, and it's 3 strikes you're out. They play baseball with people's lives. So, I got charged under that. But what I found out is that you can't be a 3-striker and only go to jail one time. You know, it's like you wake up one morning, and this is how I told my lawyer to do the argument. You wake up one morning, you find yourself down on your luck. You know, your family's just been evicted from the house, and they put you on the streets, and you're out in a cardboard box, and you look up and you say, well, damn, those kids over there are making thousands of dollars a day. And if I had a couple $1,000s, I could take my kids and my wife off the street. You never did a crime before. Well, you go out on this block, and the block is rolling. And you just start selling. Pop, 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 pop. You make, let's say 500 sales that day. Technically, the way they were saying it, you were a career criminal. I said, no way possible you can be a career criminal in one day. It's not possible. So what I did is I said that my whole criminal enterprise, even though it was over an 8-year period, I had never been to jail before.
Wow.
So how could I be a career criminal when nobody's never told me that I did wrong and that I'm a bad person? I said, you can't do it like that. This was made for somebody who goes to jail, commit a crime, get out, and does it all over again. Then get caught again. Now he's a 3-striker. Mm-hmm. But for a guy who just gets up and down on his luck, had problems, and he goes out and he starts to sell drugs, and he sells drugs well, he's not a career criminal. He's just a drug dealer that did it well. And that's my argument, and that's how I'm sitting here with you today.
When you figured that out in jail, were you thinking that this is going to work, or did you feel like it was a long shot at the time?
Well, you know, anytime you go to court is a long shot.
Yeah.
Because you got judges who are prohibition minded, and they have to read your case, and they have to agree with your theory, you know. And even though the theory is in their book, they may not understand that theory. Because I went into my judge and my prosecutor and my lawyer, and I argued the theory to them, and they all told me that I was wrong because my sales were from guys in different states.
Wow.
They said that made it different.
Yeah.
It made it different if you'd have been selling all of these times in California, you'd be good. But if you went to Ohio and made a sale, and then you go to Indiana and make a sale, and St. Louis and make a sale, that's different. I said, no, it's not what part of the country you're in that sale. It's the actual sale and how the sale took place. Mm-hmm. And it got to the point to where when I went in the courtroom, I felt I was the sharpest guy in the courtroom. Let me be frank with you. When I walked in there with my chest out, and I felt that I was equipped with the law, the way it was wrote in their books, and that I knew it better than everybody.
When they let you out and you heard that verdict or whatever, did you fucking go, really? Did you go, no shit? Were you surprised?
No, I was still in. when the verdict came down.
So when you found out you were getting released, did you go, what the fuck?
Well, let me tell you,
this shit worked?
Let me tell you what happened.
But can I one other thing? Because I know the system works extremely slow. So you have, because you're going to explain this. So you come up with this theory. How long was it how long did it take before now you're a free man? Was it years?
I found out I was going to get out 6 years after I was in. I've been in 6 years. I was inside the jail. I was on the second tier at a maximum security penitentiary. They call it Lompoc, the New Rock, because Alcatraz had closed down, so this had become Alcatraz. I'm on the telephone, and all of a sudden I hear the whole penitentiary go up in a roar, and I thought Jerry Springer was on. Because they love those fights. When Jerry Springer, don't touch the TV, and when Jerry Springer's on. So I'm on the phone, I hear the roar, so I look over the tier to see, what happened. And then nothing really happened on Jerry. And everybody heard on the radio that I won my appeal. And they was like, man, when the guys run down the tier, man, you just won your appeal. So I dropped the phone, I run to my room and turn the radio on, and I hear him saying that the courts had just agreed with me in part and confirmed part of my case, and I knew I was going home.
Yeah, but if that was 6 years, you said you did 20. It took them 14 more years to let you out?
Well, then I go back to court, and it takes 3 years to get it actually reversed, where the judge actually takes it off of me.
That's my point. So from your theory to walking out as a free man, how many years is that?
It took 3 more years, so 9 years before I actually got a date.
So you have this idea in your head, like, oh my God, I think this could work, and then finally 9 years later, you're a free man. That's amazing.
No, not a free man. Well, I get the time that I'm going to actually do.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Because I still didn't get free, but they gave me
less
a date.
Time.
The date that I knew I was going to get out. Now
Gotcha.
I know what date I'm going home because they give me a date. What's called a date. Before I got it says life. on my paperwork.
And by winning the appeal, that meant now you have a date where you leave, as opposed not you leave now, but okay, this is how long we're going to keep you
now.
for.
And you said the prisoners were happy. There's no jealousy amongst prisoners when someone's released. They're happy for you. Like, wouldn't you think some guys would go, "Oh, fuck him! Why the fuck's he getting out, not me?"
Well, it probably was, but in jail, I'm like I am on the street. People like me. So the more friends you have in jail, the more people that'll be rooting for you, and the more people want to see you go home.
Did other people want you to help them with their cases?
They did.
So did you?
Yes, absolutely.
Did you get other guys free?
I help guys get free. I help guys get bond. I become sufficient in the law. I mean, I knew the law. I could read their books, and I could tell you what was going to happen in your case.
Did you convert to Judaism?
Judaism.
He's implying that all lawyers are Jewish. Now, I have a question. This is a case upstate now.
Is there money in it? Is there money in that?
No, I don't know, because I don't have any.
There's a case upstate of a woman who helped these two guys escape in upstate New York, and she was fucking both of them. Were there any girls like that when you were in jail that were fucking the guys?
It was, but they never gave me none.
No?
Now, see, I was one of those guys who was jealous.
Not everybody liked you.
I was jealous, right? No, they liked me, but in order to get a woman like that, it takes a certain amount of time and effort, and I didn't really have that kind of time and effort to observe toward a woman. My time was spent studying and taking over the world.
But you went into prison. You weren't gang affiliated. You weren't a Crip or a Blood. You were, So wasn't there?
That's a tough question.
Well, wasn't there dudes that go, hey, you know what? My brother died or my cousin died from this shit. You know what I mean? There had to be some animosity towards.
No, not with guys in jail. They understand.
They know the game.
Yeah. It's a bunch of us in there that do stuff that we don't like to do, you know. But we did it because we were in a situation we felt we had to do it.
When you were in jail, were a lot of people trying to figure out how to escape? Did they all have some crazy ass plan?
You already know. You know it was. I used to hang out with them too. Hey, if y'all get out, make sure you let me know when you're leaving.
Because I'm going to go with you.
I'm going with you.
Oh, so you would have escaped? Well, obviously, if you
I had a life sentence without the possibility.
So
of parole.
obviously, when you knew it was life, if you had a chance to get out, you were going to go.
Yeah, you take just one day of freedom.
Did you have a plan in the back of your head just in case that day came where you knew you could get out?
Well, no, I never came up with that plan, but that was something that was always thought about.
Yeah,
like. Well, can we figure out on it? Are you guys gonna really figure this out? And these were some sharp guys who were doing this.
But I want to know about the ridiculous plans where everyone's sitting around and there's one dare I say knucklehead that has this ridiculous plan. You guys got to be laughing. I'm like, dude, that's not going to work.
I mean, I wouldn't even talk to a guy that I thought was ridiculous.
Okay.
Usually the guys that I talked to were pretty intelligent and were trying to come up with ideas, but it's tough to, especially federal prison. It's tough to escape.
Where'd you do your first day out? Like, before you get the day is coming that you're getting out. It's okay, June 1st or whatever it is. What are you doing in the days that lead up to that? Like, are you panicking that something's going to go wrong?
Not really. They had moved me to a low security. But what the guard did, he played a joke on me when I got to the gate. He was like, Ross, your paperwork's incomplete. You're going to have to go back.
Those guards.
Those silly guards.
When you're leaving, do they give you the stuff like that when you came in? Is there like a 20-year-old pack of gum and a pack of cigarettes?
No, they send that stuff home.
So you got nothing. You leave. Do they have to bring you clothes?
They gave me a pair of pants and
they gave you clothes.
I still got those pants.
You still got them?
I do.
So they hook you up with shoes and an outfit, and that's it.
No, he walks out barefooted like Huck Finn. You fucking idiot.
I know he would have clothes. I didn't know if his family brought him up. Yeah, his family brought him up.
Well, your family can bring you up some stuff. But I didn't have my family do it. I just said, you know what, I'll just take the stuff they give me in jail. I'm just glad to get out of it.
Did you get money in jail? Did you leave with money? Do you earn money in jail? Can I say money again?
Yeah, a little bit. I conducted what they call conducting business inside of the penitentiary, and which is illegal. You're not supposed to conduct business while you're in there, but I did, and I got in trouble a lot for it. They would take my phone and
what
take
kind
my
of
mail.
business?
Videos. I used to help people set up videos for movie shoots, and I used to repair people credit, and just anything to make a few bucks.
Did you have money buried around the country?
No,
when you got out?
No, I didn't. I wish I would have. I don't know. I was an idiot. You know what they say? A fool and his money will soon depart.
Yeah.
What happened to that safe?
I would think you'd just bury money around here and there just in case.
That's what a wise man would have did. Huh?
But so you had absolutely nothing when you
got out flat-footed. Wow. I think I had $200 when I got out.
How long were you out before you had sex for the first time?
Let me see. The van from the penitentiary dropped me off at the bus station, the room was about 300 feet from the bus station. And I had a bag on my back, and I dropped it, and I took off running. It was about 15 minutes.
You got laid as soon as you got out?
Oh, as soon as I got out. I mean, that was the one thing that I missed about being in jail. If they'd had women in there, I would have been like, well, you know what? Y'all could give me 30 years, and we can really cut a deal here now. Let's bargain.
That's the worst part, right? Is knowing, like, especially life without parole. It's like you think, like, I'm never gonna fuck again. I'm never gonna.
That's it. That's the case, man. And I love fucking.
Yeah,
I could say that, right?
Sure.
You the only one can say fuck on.
Yeah, no, you can.
Yeah, but you could fuck again. It's just a different fucking.
Yeah,
you might not want to do.
No. I don't like boy. Well, I can't say that on air, but I don't like boys.
Yeah.
I mean,
you can say that.
You can say that.
Sure,
boy booty.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Boy booty.
You can say all that.
Yeah, that's what they call it in jail. Boy booty. And I don't like boy booty.
Is there any, like, say any three of us go to jail, him, me, or him, me, is there any possible way that we won't get fucked up?
Well, it's a little different, with different races. Black, you're kind of cool because we don't have any structure. You understand what I'm saying? A black guy, he can be whatever he wants to be. He can hang out with the white guys. He can hang out with the Mexicans. Well, it's different with other races. The Aryan Brotherhood, well, they may not let a white guy hang out with brothers. You may not be able to talk to brothers. With Spanish guys, same way. They have rules. You can't sit at certain tables, and you have to be in these rules. And a matter of fact, a good friend of mine, Todd McCormick, wanted to hang out with me, and he got beat up for it.
Yeah, but if you're not in Aryan Brotherhood, like, I'm a Jew, so obviously they're not letting me in the Aryan Brotherhood. So
But you could be mistaken.
Huh?
You could be mistaken.
What, for Aryan Brotherhood? Yeah. I could be mistaken by...
Because when you come into the penitentiary, they're going to come up to you and ask you, are you part of them?
Well, they would see my goddamn Jewish tattoos and go, maybe not. But do you know what I mean? Like, there's certain... Like, if you're Italian, and you could tell a gangster Italian dude, he's not Aryan Brotherhood, do they hang out together like the Italians or the Jews? Or is there 12-step programs where they, like in AA meetings or NA, where they're hanging out together?
Yeah, absolutely. They have AA meetings.
So that would be the crew you would hang out with probably. If you were in recovery, you would hang out with the 12-step.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here's Rich wanted to ask you.
But then when you're out of there, who do you hang out with when you're on the yard?
Those guys are going to be in the yard too.
Rich wants to ask you, which one of us would get fucked first?
That's what he wanted to ask you. That's what he wanted to ask you. He wanted to ask if myself or Bobby or Rich.
He's going the long way.
Get sexually assaulted.
I'm just saying, can you get through it without... I know you got to...
It's hard for white guys to not be a part of Aryan Brotherhood. Or people who they might think are white guys. It's hard for you not to be a part because they're going to come at you. And you would catch more slack from them than you would somebody else.
Did you deal with those guys at all, the Mexicans or the Aryans? Did you have to deal with them in your day-to-day?
I did. I mean, you have to, and when you're in the pen, you share laundry, you share phones, you share TV, so you share a lot of things, but they try to separate themselves more than the blacks do. The blacks, they don't care who you hang out with. You can play cards with whoever you want to. You can gamble. You can buy drugs from whoever you want to. You can go to anybody's store because we have stores, what they call stores. I ran a store. That was one of my hustles in the jail, where I would buy a lot of my commissary. They give you $300 a month. Well, I didn't eat $300 a month, so what I would do, I would buy my stuff and save it. And then a guy would be out at the end of the month. He'd come by and say, "Man, I need a bag of chips. I need some candy bars, and I need a soda." Well, that's how I made my money. And they wouldn't allow guys to go to certain people's stores. You can't go to this guy's store. You got to go to the Mexican store. You got to go to, I was kind of able to cross those lines a little more than most people. Guys from this one would come over and buy from me. So, but it's tough to cross those lines. Like I said, Todd McCormick, who's a good friend of mine, he hung out with me. He ate at the table with the black guys, and they came and told him, "Hey, you got to stop doing that. You can't do it." they put a hit on him. So one day, I become almost like his bodyguard because they can't hit him when he's with me, because if he does, it's assault against the blacks. Right. Now you got the whole black population mad at you because you did it when Rick was with him. So one day he didn't come with me, and he laid in the bed, and 3 guys came in and they had what they call locks and socks and beat him all upside the head, and it was sad. One of the saddest days that I had while I was in prison, to see my best friend beat up and bleeding, and he needs stitches, and we knew that they were going to put him in the hole for getting beat up.
Why would that end the friendship? In the hole for getting beat up?
Because they had to put him in for his own protection.
Oh yeah.
Was that the end of you guys being friends?
And we was until I got off parole. When I got off parole, I was up in Oakland, and me and Todd has a big, Todd is like Johnny Appleseed. He's the guy that was giving away marijuana in California when it was still illegal to patients who were sick. And he was growing up in Beverly Hills in this big mansion, and he was just going around just giving out weed to people, and they put him in prison for it. And what's the guy who did the movie White Men Can't Jump?
Yeah, Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson bailed him out of jail, because Todd didn't have any money really. So Woody came and bailed him out of prison and said, you don't put guys like this in prison. And they wound up sending him to prison for that too. He goes to prison, and he got beat up because he was in prison for giving marijuana to cancer patients. And I mean, this is when California was weed crazy too.
Have you ever seen the guy that ratted you out? Have you ever seen? Is he in jail or?
No, he's in another country.
Really?
Yeah.
So you
don't ask me would I do something to him if I saw him. And people ask me that all the time. I would have to say no if I would do something to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't give an honest answer. How about this? What would you, in a perfect world, what would you wish you could do to him?
Or what do you wish would happen to this guy?
Yeah.
Well, Jim, I've forgiven him already. I moved on with my life, and right now I'm having a wonderful life, Jim.
Yeah.
And you helped me too. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
You've been one of my biggest supporters, and my book is a bestseller right now.
Oh, good.
And when you had it on the show and you held it up, and people started buying it. So right now I'm really happy with where I'm at. Now a few years ago, I wanted to cut his head off. I wanted to chop him up because he took me away from my babies. He took me away from my mom. It was the time I was sitting in prison, and my mom would come and see me, and my mom was like 72 years old. And I was like, wow, you ain't gonna never be able to help her again. But, a few weeks ago, I took my mom to the beach and drove her around, and she just has a wonderful time, and I'm just glad that I'm able to do that again, and I'm having an amazing life right now. I have a second chance. I did really. My story should be, Jim, it's crazy. America should be raving about my story right now because I know, and I know you might say, well, this guy's stroking himself, and I don't mean to stroke myself, but right now, Jim, for a guy like me, high school dropout, I should have never made it to the second grade. If they went by my school, and I should only have a second grade education, and I'm able to I spoke at Brown University, full crowd. 2 of the girls from Brown University was at the thing yesterday, and they came up to me and said, oh, we remember you from Brown University. So, you're talking about a guy that was a total loser.
So this guy actually he changed your life in a way by turning you in. He put you on another path that where you're at now, because you could be still selling fucking drugs or dead.
No. I quit selling drugs before I ever got arrested.
Really?
His case was entrapment. Right. I wasn't selling drugs anymore.
Oh, no shit.
No, I quit.
Right. You're selling potato chips.
How long were you quit before it all went down?
About a year and a half. But see, the feds can go back 7 years.
God, that sucks. Why did you quit? You just knew it was time?
Well, I woke up. You wake up one morning and you're like, damn, you're a hypocrite.
Yeah.
You don't use drugs.
Yeah.
You don't want your girlfriend using drugs anymore.
Yeah.
Because I used to give her drugs. Use all the drugs you want. I got plenty of them. You don't want your brother using drugs no more. So now you know that drugs is not good for people. Why are you still selling it to everybody else's brothers and sisters and mothers and uncles and kids?
But what's your basis of your lectures? Is it recovery? Is it like what when you're speaking at a college? What is the foundation of what you're speaking about? Like you could do anything in life you want to. Is it a motivational? Is it prison
all that.
Stories?
It's all that and some. My story is you can run your life, and then you can rebuild it again if you want to, or you don't ever have to run it. You could just start off on the right track.
Yeah.
The gist of my conversation, though, one of the kids came up to me yesterday, and not a kid. You know what? Who that was a congresswoman, Darlene something from here. She's a congresswoman from here, and she came up to me and she was like, "Rick, your book is so blunt and so straightforward. You're talking to the kids about selling drugs and about gangbanging and why they shouldn't gangbang. Why are you so blunt with them?" I said, "Because it's time that we tell them the truth."
Yeah. Why sugarcoat it?
It's time that we stop lying to them. Mm-hmm. Now, if they get the truth and the facts and they make a decision, they made it on their own with all the facts and all the answers. It's like giving them a problem and you tell them what's 12 times what. And then whatever they do, they don't know if they're right. They're guessing.
Yeah.
But if you tell them 12 times 10, now they can make a decision. But without the truth, they can't make a decision. And I believe that it's time that we be blunt and straightforward with our kids. And that's why I wrote my book, so that they would have the facts. Nobody sugarcoated. Nobody lied to them and told them, oh, the drug game is wonderful. You're going to get rich and you're going to live happily ever after. You're going to get a big car and wife and kids and a picket fence, No, your ass going to prison.
Right. Did you feel when you were growing up, you ever had a chance going the legit route?
Absolutely, I did, but I didn't recognize it.
You didn't recognize it as a...
So you got to be able to recognize opportunity.
Because I know you were a really good tennis player. How good were you?
I was good enough when I was in high school. There was people, and this is in 74, and people would come and get me. Rich people would come and pick me up from school in Rolls Royces, take me to the country clubs, and they would give me $20 to hit with their kids for an hour. But I couldn't equate $20 being a lot of money because I was a kid. I mean, $20 would last me a couple of days, but now my mom, even though she didn't have money to pay my bus ride, I had the money to pay my bus ride to school, and and sometimes they'd buy me a tennis racket or a pair of shoes. That was a good day's pay. Mm-hmm. I mean, if I would have had enough clients to do that, but I didn't understand that because I was a kid. So I was that good in tennis to make $20 an hour at 16 years old. So I was pretty good.
Yeah. But
I wasn't even able to evaluate my situation and say, you know what, you can make a good living doing this. I was out looking for a job at McDonald's.
And they wouldn't hire you or something, right?
No, because I couldn't fill the application out. I've never filled out an application before. Well, now I do. I fill out applications now, but back then I couldn't fill out the application. I go to McDonald's and what did it say right there? My best friend, I don't know if you saw my documentary, Freeway Cracking the System. It came out 8 weeks ago. On Al Jazeera, I set all the records, broke all the Al Jazeera records by 10. They normally get like 10,000 viewers, and we had 100,000 every night for 2 weeks straight.
Good for you.
Wow. So what side or derailed tennis?
I couldn't read or write. So when it was time to go to a college, all my friends were going to universities. Well, I had to go to a JC a junior college because I couldn't pass the SAT. I couldn't. I didn't have the credits. My teachers had been giving me C's just to keep me eligible to play tennis in high school, but they wasn't going to do that in college, and it just wasn't possible for me to go to college with my knowledge and background.
I was fascinated too when we talked the first time. Like, how do you navigate dealing drugs in L.A. at that time and not being and dealing with this gang and that gang? And not one of them getting territorial with you.
Well, you know what? That's the great thing about tennis saved me. If it wasn't for tennis, I probably would be on death row somewhere. You remember Tookie Williams? I don't know if you remember Tookie.
Yeah,
Williams.
sure.
Yeah. Well, he got executed. He was one of the founders of the Crips.
Right.
When I was a kid, I would have followed him faithfully, but somebody put a tennis racket in my hand, and then I stopped following him and I started following Arthur Ashe. So I credit tennis with being what saved me from being a Crip. So now I'm not a Crip. So I'm not on the streets of L.A. at all. I'm on a tennis court. So when I come back to L.A., it's like 7 o'clock. It's dark. Go in the house, take my shower, sleep. Get up the next morning. I go to school in another part of town. I don't go to school in South Central L.A. I'm catching a bus to another part of town. So in the morning, I'm leaving before the lights on. I'm leaving when it's dark. So I'm basically no longer in South Central. So my mentality is not South Central. My mentality is West LA. So I never gangbang. So when I come back to L.A., I'm like a new guy. Even though I know all the guys, because we all went to school together. You know, they got Crips and Bloods or family members that fight because of their colors. But now I'm 19 years old. I'm not fighting over no colors. I don't want to fight. I just want some money. So they allow me to come in because I never killed one of their homies. I haven't had a fight with none of their homies. I'm just a homie that's been gone. And they invite me in and they accept me and they allow me to go from neighborhood to neighborhood. I mean, they questioned me before. Man, you with them Crips? We see you over there with them Bloods. But I don't have any of the affiliation that creates the static.
And you said that drugs brought the gangs together in a certain way, right?
It did, because once we started selling drugs, I was able to get them to stop thinking about fighting and start thinking about money.
Like, look, the money that we could be making here.
Yeah, why you guys fighting? I thought you wanted cars and houses, and it was like, oh, we do. Well, you got to stop fighting, because if you're fighting, then you're gonna bring the police in. The police come in, the operation got to close down.
So it sort of made the neighborhoods slightly safer as far as the gang violence went.
Absolutely. And that's why our community embraced the drug business first. They embraced it. They did. But what happened is, later on, we found out that people were getting addicted to the drug. I've known guys who had what we thought were great jobs, right? But let me tell you how smart these geniuses was. They working every day, and then all of a sudden they said, well, man, I'm tired of working on my job. I only make $1,000 a week. You making $1,000 every day. I'm quitting my job and I'm going out on the street and I'm gonna start slanging like you doing. And now this guy, he's using though, but his $1,000 a week is not enough. You know, he wants to use more. So he takes the brilliant idea of quitting his job and then come on the street and be a seller, user, and you know, and get rich like me.
That doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
No, you wind up just smoking everything up, I guess, right?
Every time you get it, you're smoking off. You know, it's hard to leave the table. When they start smoking, they don't want to leave the table till everything's gone.
Have you seen people get shot? I guess you did.
Yeah, I saw people got shot. I saw friends in cars, you know, dead, you know, and the police hadn't got there yet. I mean, on South Central, just like 3 years ago, right? I'm going down, what's this, Avalon. And I'm in the left-hand lane, and it's two cars. I'm turning left, and these two cars are turning right. So they're coming right by me like this here. And all of a sudden, we hear pop, 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 pop. And they shooting at each other. Bam, 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 bam. And I'm seeing them, right? Because they coming right by my car. And I'm like, wow. And I put the car in park. I duck down like this here. And they just shooting. I mean, that's normal in South Central, you know? For people to be shooting at each other, for gangs to kill each other. Right now they have a slight war going on, and I'm hoping that, you know, that we can get it squashed.
So you still live in the neighborhood?
I do still live in the neighborhood.
How much would that suck, though, to go to jail and survive all that, and then you wind up getting shot like in an incident, like something that has nothing to do with you?
Some guys that happened to, too. You know, I know a guy who got shot and paralyzed. Matter of fact, I was with him like 2 weeks ago, and it wasn't even his bit, but the bullet hit him in the back.
Why did you choose to go back to the neighborhood?
They need me. And I know Jesse Katz said, why do they need a guy like you? You know, but, you know, his article he did in the LA Magazine, you got to read that article. The article is fantastic. He makes me out to be a genius. You know, he said he was writing my obituary, and I tell him, I said, Jesse, I'm going to be doing fights. I'm going to promote fights, and I'm going to be doing movies, and I'm going to have a book that's out, and I'm going to have a documentary that's out. You got to read this article. This is all fact. It's in the book. And we opened our documentary up, Freeway Cracking the System, with the tape from when he's at the penitentiary talking to me. And he says this is his last time ever talking to me. You know, he had to rewrite that story. And I'll make him do it again, because he didn't do it right that time either.
Because it was way before you knew when you were getting out.
Yeah, I didn't know I was getting out. I still have my life sentence. But he told me that 30 days after he was there visiting me, I got my reversal. Because, you know, I don't keep up with dates and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not one of those people who write all that stuff down. But he wrote it down, and he said, man, 30 days after I left, you won your appeal. So I'm just excited right now, man. Things are going well. I just sold my first reality show to one of the networks. BET bought it, paid more than they ever paid for a reality show. They don't even know it's mine yet. I came up with the idea, right? And I got another one I'm working on right now, right? I know the luckiest kid in the world. This kid said he's the luckiest kid. He's 24 years old, and he said he's the luckiest kid in the whole world. I mean, what kind of story is that for somebody to believe that they're the luckiest person in the whole world?
Can you tell him to give me 6 numbers?
So why
he will. No, ask him for it. He'll give them to you.
Why does he think he's the luckiest kid in the world?
Well, he was raised in Caesar Palace. His dad is one of the biggest gamblers in the world. He was 10 years old. His dad told him they were staying in Cincinnati, Ohio, and his dad said, pack your stuff, and we're moving. And they moved to Caesar's Palace, and he would be in his room at Caesar's Palace, one of the big suites, and he would play Nintendo and all the games, and then he got bored with the games, and his dad came in and threw $12,000 on the bed and said, boy, go shopping. And he took the $12,000, he went down to the casino, and he put it on the crap table. He said, roll it.
What do you turn it into?
$2,000.
Well, you know, that's what happens to most people.
Yeah.
But that don't happen with him.
So what is it?
You know, I don't gamble.
I do.
But when I go to Vegas, and I go with him, he'll say, man, throw your 300 right there. And I do it.
Craps is the crack of gambling.
Oh, absolutely.
Easily.
But all of it. I mean, I see people in the casinos, and they in the roulette wheel and the slot machines. But he's not like that, though. This
Wheel
kid
of
here,
Fortune.
This kid here has a science to it. I mean, I don't know where it comes from. You know, maybe he was there all the time, and maybe he learned how to the stuff roll. But he just wins money. You know, every day he's going to win $10,000. He says $20,000, and some days, and one day he called me. Oh, I just hit him for $39,000.
So they try to kick him out of the casinos because usually they try to kick you out. If you
They love him. The casinos love him.
They love him.
They give him comp rooms. You know, when I go to Vegas, I can stay in the cosmetology for free, $1,000 room. He just puts
some of the guys that are that lucky. They just want to be rid of you, and they ban you from the casinos.
Although if your father's a big gambler, they might not because of who his father is.
Yeah. They love big gamblers. You know, Vegas, they're going to get some suckers. You know, they can't get those guys, you know, who know the game, but they're going to get them some suckers.
Yeah, we're talking to Rick Ross. John in New York wants in on this. John, good morning. What do you got, buddy?
What up, John?
Hey, how you doing,
Rick
guys?
Ross.
All right.
Hey, man.
I just wanted to ask this guy how he felt about, you know, all the lives that he's ruined. He's painting himself as somewhat of a hero. And for you guys in the studio, you have kids. This is the guy that you're going to try and avoid and to keep them away from your children.
Oh, not because of what he did.
Hey, John, let me say this here, John. I don't. If you think that I'm painted as a hero, you're wrong. I'm not. Telling you to go out and sell drugs is the thing to do. And I never ruined anybody's life. I never put a gun to not one person's head and say, hey, you know what? Hit this pipe. Everybody that got drugs from me got them because they wanted them. And they chased.
You were the supplier.
Can I finish, John? John, can I finish? Because I listen to you.
Oh, go ahead.
So everybody that ever got drugs from me bought drugs because they wanted them. And if we take the responsibility off the user, then he never has to have accountability for himself. What he does, we can always say, well, it's the user, it's the seller's fault, and the user, well, he's just a victim. No, John, it's two people in this deal, and they both are grown, consensual people who agreed to do a crime or to do a drug deal. And both of them is just as accountable for the situation because drug users created me. Drug users taught me everything that I know about the drug business. Every single thing. They taught me how to work the scale. My school teachers couldn't teach me how to work the scale. Drug users taught me.
And now you're going to profit from it.
Well, what I'm going to do, John, is I'm going to bless the world. I'm going to let our kids know because it's people like you who don't want to tell our kids the truth, who don't want our kids to know exactly what's going to happen in the drug business. And I think that they should absolutely know what's going to happen. And they should have all the facts so they can make a decision.
Yeah, and John, he went to jail for 20 years. You're listening to a guy who got out of jail and is giving talks now in places and gives talks in schools and in prisons. It's not like, you know, he came in anonymously and is still selling crack and we're trying to get his website plugged. Yeah. You know, he's the guy that went to jail for 20 years.
He's acknowledging his past. And if you were listening earlier, you know, Rick Ross, a year and a half before he got caught, he was out of the business because he kind of had a realization that this was something he wasn't into anymore.
Also, all of us in this room.
It's a fascinating story.
Former drug addicts. I mean, I've been in juvie hall. You've been in jail. We've all used drugs. We've abused it. We've been where, you know, the guy getting the crack.
Well, here's the deal. As an ex-drug addict, to this guy, I never blame the dealer, because if it wasn't one dealer, I'd find. Let me tell you something. If I had to get drugs, if I had to fucking fly to another country, as a drug addict, you're going to get drugs. Okay? And my drug addiction wasn't because some guy forced it on me. My drug addiction was because whatever I was burying deep inside of me to cover the pain in life, drugs helped that. Or whatever reason it was. It wasn't because of a drug dealer. It was because of me.
It's like if you're an alcoholic, it's like blaming the bartender.
Yeah. You know.
But alcohol's legal and drugs aren't. But drug dealers are basically just high-end bartenders selling people what they want.
Absolutely. And I appreciate you putting it out there as a user to know that me and you both, we're just as guilty.
And I thought the best part of the hour was Rick Ross saying that a year and a half before he got caught, he realized, whoa, this isn't for me anymore. This is no good.
That's because he had a safe fucking 2,000 pounds.
Or maybe he had a few million in the bank, so it made it a little easier to.
He was going to get caught, too, so eventually.
But you know what? We give everybody in this country a second, third, fourth chance. If this dude did 20 fucking years, I think he paid his debt to society.
And now he's using his information to positively affect children of like, hey, you don't want to fucking do this shit.
Yeah, what is it that's bothering you, John? Is it, again, someone that did 20 years.
Okay, I guess it's all drug dealers.
Did you have someone die because of drugs that you cared about?
Quite a few, and I'm sure that you do too.
Yes. What about pimps? Do you like pimps?
No, I don't like.
He's asking me, and I'm nodding. Yes, I do.
I mean, everybody's a drug dealer. Fucking Apple are in their way. Corporations, Walmart.
Hold on, I'm listening to the worst example ever being given.
You're wrong. You're wrong. They come into. Don't get me started.
Please don't ruin it again.
I know what you mean.
Please
Rich.
don't.
You know what I mean, right?
I know what you mean.
Okay, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. Okay.
Explain the Apple angle.
Yeah. Because how addicted are people to
their phones,
to their computers, to the technology?
That's true, but I've never. No one's ever sucked dick for an Apple Watch.
I did, and I said, you know what? Keep the watch. No, you know what I'm saying. Addiction is not about just drugs. It's you. Addiction is the person. Drugs is just part of your
being out of control.
Addiction is you. You can be addicted to food. Look at, you can be addicted to anything. It's not just drugs. It's spending money. It's gambling. It's fucking overeating. It's sex. It's fucking electronic.
It seems like Rick Ross is is being positive now, though, and possibly helping some people.
I mean, I would never let him go out with my daughter, but I like the guy.
And also, John, so you got to realize everyone is interested in the story of people who, like, there's no way in any life that we would have sat down and talked to Rick, or he would have talked to us. If he was doing what he was doing, our paths never would have crossed.
Yes.
And you can't act like people aren't fascinated by guys that have lived this life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Someone that made millions of dollars dealing crack. I mean, look at the mafia fascination we have, or the books on, John Gotti, or people who've gone to prison, or Paul Castellano. I mean, it's the cartels. It's just a fascinating thing.
They're bad heroin and cocaine distributors as well. I have no appreciation.
It is bad, but you say if somebody goes to jail and then comes out and is telling their story and they're not dealing drugs, well, then you have to say, okay, you went, you paid your debt, and here you are as a new person.
It seems like he's rehabilitated, and now he's helping people.
Let me say
I know what you mean, John, but I mean, talking to a guy for 20 years is a lot different than someone who's still selling drugs.
Yeah.
And when I say all those corporations, I mean in my opinion. I think
no. Apple's the same as crack. Rich said
no,
it.
It's not. No, you know what I'm talking
Enjoy the lawsuit, boss.
No, I said my opinion.
Enjoy that one. We have nothing to do with that.
My opinion.
We're not taking on Apple. You can go ahead and have fun with that one.
My little daughter is addicted to certain
Minecraft. You said it.
Yeah,
but you said you let her do that.
Huh?
You said that you let her do that. You're okay with that
because she's learning.
All right.
Learning what?
I'm done with Boston.
All right, John. Thanks for the phone call. I want to go to Jimmy in North Dakota.
Yes, Jimmy.
Jimmy, go ahead.
Fucking assholes.
Hey, I just wanted to make a comment that last caller didn't know what he was talking about, and that it's a good thing Rick Ross is doing what he's doing, because I'm a recovering addict for 15 and a half years, and when I was a kid, I wasn't given any information about drugs.
Hey, thank you.
that stupid thing from Nancy Reagan, just say no. Which made you want to do it? Because why would you tell me not to do something? You know, you got to experience it for yourself. But what I did with my kids is give them the information of what I went through and all the drugs that I did and the repercussions and going to jail. And I got 2 teenagers, 16 and 19, that haven't touched it just because they know there's a chance that you may turn a switch on that you can't turn it off. So for Rick Ross to do what he's doing, I applaud him.
Okay.
I made my daughters do heroin a week straight and then go out and suck dick for more.
I got breaking news on the rapper Rick Ross. I know you're not a fan of him.
Yeah, right. Now, I mean, you'd have to, Jim, you know that. I don't want to talk about that guy. No, go ahead.
I understand, but rapper Rick Ross arrested on assault, kidnapping charges this morning, about an hour ago. Rick Ross pistol whipped one of his contracted workers, police said, landing him in jail for the second time this month.
Wow.
Yeah. His bodyguard was also booked.
Kidnapping, aggravated assault, and aggravated battery charges.
Those are serious charges. You know, I know the law.
Got into an argument with an employee working on his home. Fight escalated, and then Ross and his guard pistol whipped the victim.
Is this guy going crazy?
Both men were booked on kidnapping, aggravated. Yeah, Jimmy said that.
He's starting to buy into that bullshit that he raps about.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like he was a corrections officer, and I don't know the guy.
Spick and clean guy. Spick and clean guy. Now he gets rich. And now he wants to be a gangster. He wants to do the stuff that guys on the street are trying to get out of doing. I mean, this whole world is upside down.
Do you think it's because, like, all of a sudden you get very rich and very famous, pretending, and I'm sure a good rapper, but pretending to live this life, and then when you get to that point, you start to feel guilty, like, well, I'm not legit. I have never done this stuff.
So I got to go do it. Right.
Yeah.
You want to be a millionaire, and then you want to go out and gangbang and whoop people with pistols.
Wouldn't you be nice to everyone if you were just a millionaire? Fucking
absolutely. I'd be kissing everybody. And they say, "Oh, this guy here, he's gay."
I believe me. They've said it about me too. I'm like, no, she's a girl. It's a long story.
Keith's got a great point here. Keith in Connecticut, go ahead.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, Rick, I'm more intrigued by you because you're telling reality. You're actually giving back to society. You take a family like the Kardashians who have millions of dollars for doing nothing, and they certainly don't give nothing back.
Thank you, man. And I'm just overwhelmed at the people who are coming on and can actually see what's really going on, you know, because it's time that we start dealing with reality and take our kids out of this fantasy land. They've been serving us Disneyland so much that as a society, we think that everything is rosy and good, and it's not rosy and good out here in this country. You know, there's people out here that don't have jobs, and there's people that's living on the street in cardboard boxes, and I think that it's time that we as a society start to deal with that.
Do you think that the music and stuff paints drug dealing and that life as this glorious thing, and they don't show you the other side of it?
They don't. And that's because these guys never sold drugs. You know, they got these guys like Jay-Z's and, you know, and the Rick Rosses and they run around and they masquerade is something that they never did and they glorified. And then when people see it on TV, they see these gangsters, killers, thugs, and they don't see me. You know, like I told them yesterday, they asked me what's the biggest conception that people have of me, and that's that I'm supposed to be a fire-breathing dragon, you know, where I'm going to slay everything that comes in contact with me, and I'm totally the opposite of that. I love people. I've never had anybody whooped, never had to have anybody whooped, never had anybody killed, and the conception is totally the opposite. I love people, I love to help people, and I'm going to continue to do that.
Who's it? So who's the other guy Rick Ross got in trouble? There was another guy. There were terrifying videos. A bunch of gang members around the country kind of threatening Rick Ross because he had mentioned
the GDs.
Larry Hoover. Is that the guy?
The GDs. Yeah, he stole their emblem off their thing, and he started to put it on as if he was one of them and their shot caller, and the guys were really upset with it.
That's like a real insult to take somebody's, I guess.
Well, if you represent to people just for money that you something, or that you want. Say for instance, he went in jail. If he was in jail, incarcerated, where he couldn't run, and he started to tell people, "Oh well, I'm a Crip," and he really wasn't a Crip. The Crips would feel insulted that he was using their title to benefit, and he's not really one of them. They would whoop him for that.
Maybe he spelled it different than they did.
It don't matter how you spell it.
But in today's society, here's what I like. And when you see, you're right, carrying a positive message is great. But how does anybody nowadays not know certain foods are bad for you? Crack, meth, heroin's bad for you. You know what I mean?
But they constantly change the drugs of choice. The drug of choice always changes. You know, now everybody is hip to crack. So crack sales are down.
Well,
because the kids all know, you get on crack, you get hooked, and they don't use crack. Most of the people who are using crack are people who've been using crack and haven't made up their minds to get off. But now they use Oxycontin and the lean, the syrup. So there's constantly different drugs that come to fruition that people are using because they don't know about them.
And they're using it they're trying to escape. They're trying to bury the depression and it doesn't matter what the fuck is out there. They're going to get it and use it. Alcohol, drugs, gamble, whatever. Like you said before, it doesn't matter as long as it takes the pain away. You know?
Yeah. You mentioned Jay-Z in there. I thought he was a drug dealer at first, way back in the day.
They say he was. I question that. You know?
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah, I do.
How about 50 Cent?
I don't know. Probably small time, you know. Not to a level that I consider makes you a drug dealer. You know, a drug dealer is somebody who gets up every single day and their life is dedicated to selling drugs.
How about Paul Anka?
I don't know who Paul Anka is.
He wrote My Way. He's a delightful Canadian man.
You know, that's why meth got so big, because crack was in the black neighborhoods. Meth entered the white neighborhoods, and the media goes, well, look at this drug that's fucking taking storm in the white neighborhoods. Mm-hmm. And that's why meth got so famous and big, and there was so much coverage on it. And
taking storm?
Taken by storm, I said. Mm. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I do now.
Do you get what I'm saying? That's why meth has been around forever.
Yeah, but meth became because it was so cheap and it was easy to make.
And powerful.
You can make it in a fucking trailer and stuff you get right from a CVS. So that's why meth became popular in the fucking poor communities.
Yes.
And it's not because of I don't know what you just said.
And meth knocked it down.
Because it entered into the white neighborhoods.
Did you see Breaking Bad, Rick?
I didn't see it.
I'm wondering how realistic that was.
I didn't see it, but I know that meth is a faster deteriorating drug than crack is. You know, with crack, your teeth don't fall out, and your body with crack. Yeah, with crack, you just don't want to. You know, most of the people that I knew that smoke crack, they don't want to eat, they don't want to do nothing but just get high. But meth, I saw physical differences. And I wasn't out when meth was popular, but I was in prison with a lot of guys who came in who was on meth, and you could see their skin, you know, poking up with the bumps and the red stuff on their skin from the drug being inside their body trying to get out. So meth is definitely a really, really harsh drug to be addicted to.
What were the other shows you guys watched in prison? That Jerry Springer thing fascinated me. What other shows are huge in prison?
Would you believe Cops?
Cops. Really?
Yeah, because you guys were on it.
Bad boys. What you gonna do?
This is my episode, motherfucker.
Oh, I can only imagine what they were yelling at the TV.
Yeah, America's Most Wanted. They like
those type of shows.
Yeah, man. It was.
Didn't they watch soap? I heard soap operas are big in jail.
They have guys who watch soap opera. Most of the time, though, you know, guys have to be at work, so when the soap opera's on. Mm. But Jerry Springer was definitely one that
he comes in here a lot. You got to come in.
You could get your head busted if you touch the TV when Jerry Springer's on.
People enjoyed a good like fat girl / Klansman fight. All these.
It's universal, right?
Yeah, there's something about watching people just argue and then fucking punch each other, and they're not professional fighters.
They loved it. They loved it.
Morton Downey was before Springer when he was on, and those were real fights on stage and stuff.
Do you miss the money like
what?
that?
Why are you looking at me like this?
That's a good question.
Well, you know what?
Do you miss because I got to tell the people, if you don't know Rick Ross's story, in today's money it would be about $850 million. I mean, we're pushing $1 billion that you made selling drugs.
You know,
today's money.
It was nice to be able to buy whatever you wanted. You know, where your family members can call you and say, "Hey, you know, my car's getting repoed. Come save me," or "My house note is due. They evicted me," and you can go and take care of that, or your friends. So it was wonderful having the money. But you know, right now I'm on my way to be that way again.
Doing it legit. When you had all that money, though, you had to be careful. You couldn't be flashy because that would get people kind of pointing at you, too.
I didn't like being flashy anyway. I don't need a piece of gold to make me Rick Ross. I'm Rick Ross.
So what was your thing that you bought when you had all that money?
Real estate. I love businesses. And
they took all that away from you?
They did.
Oh, wow.
They did.
I love the car you drove around in. That's probably my favorite part of your story is the fact that every rap video, it has a bunch of guys like in a car, and it's got a pool on the roof and a tub in it.
And they're towing a boat, even though they're nowhere near water.
There's no water, but there's a boat.
A
bunch of girls with giant tits.
Right.
It's like it's completely obvious to the police.
Right.
And you drove around.
Ford LTD station wagon most of the time, or
that's
You're
great.
a fucking Partridge Family
with tinted windows on it, and then I had the bird, like the corners. The ones who comes out and pick up bodies. Well, I figured out that whenever you pull up beside one of those trucks, everybody, they turn their head the opposite way. They don't want to look at a corner car because they don't want to be in there. So I said, man, that's what I need to be driving. So I'd be at a stoplight and the police would be on the side of me and they'd be looking straight ahead. They don't even want to look to see who was in the car. So it just made my life a lot easier when I did that car. And
did you ever drive his career?
I don't know.
What do you mean?
Why are you taking the headphones out? It's like it's going to make sense to you? Fucking dum-dum.
How bad do you want to leave the studio right now?
Yeah. That was a great joke.
Was it?
No, it was okay.
Stop commending yourself, shithead.
Yeah, exactly. If nobody recognizes it as a humorous statement, then you have to accept all of our judgment.
Yes.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Okay, let's do it again. He was driving.
I know. All right, here.
All right, so what the fuck?
What is the book called, Rick? And where can people get your book? Because that's, I guess, where you're...
promoting.
What you're...
I'm promoting my life right now. You can get my book on Amazon. It's called Freeway Rick Ross, The Untold Autobiography. You can get it at rickrossbooks.com if you want to really help me out. Or you can get it off my Instagram at Freeway Ricky, Facebook, Twitter, on all the social medias. The links are there so that you can find the book. You can just catch me in the street and get it. I'm going to autograph it for you. I'm here in New York. I got about 30 left. I don't know where I'm going today, but I'll be floating around New York somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
and
great.
The documentary is on, what's it called?
Al Jazeera.
The documentary.
Al Jazeera Network. Yeah. And it'll be on DVD in a couple months, so be looking out for it. Also, I got a couple TV series I'm working on with Rodney Barnes. I'm working with one, Snoop Dogg. And, Jim, too, we still working on a thing. I'm trying to do a drive where I'm going to start donating my book to kids in school. When I go out to the school, I want to get a whole school a book to have for free where they don't have to buy it.
Do they listen to you? Because it's like talking to a bunch of 14-year-old kids seems like it's very challenging. How do you get them to listen to you and actually say, okay, this guy knows what he's talking about?
Well, they love rap. They love hip-hop. And if you listen to hip-hop, you know who I am. You know my story. So many guys in hip-hop. I've had 4 rappers in hip-hop to take my name and use it. And I don't know, my name's probably been mentioned in hundreds of records. So they have a respect for me. Somebody asked me the other day, and they was like, why do the kids like you? And I said, they know they can trust me.
But you hate that people are taking your name, though.
I do
hate it. That's got it.
Your shirt, by the way, the real Rick Ross.
Yeah.
I have one. I need it small, though. You gave me an XL when I saw you, and it doesn't fit me. I want a nice small, something that really shows off.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get your address, and I'm gonna send you a whole box of them. So you'll have a whole box of them because I would love you to. You got to feel that thing too. Look at
nice and soft. You went soft with your t-shirts, right?
No question. Yes. I went soft on my t-shirt.
Good for you.
But that's how they get you in jail, and it really worked. He's like, come here, feel this. I'm like, all right, sir. And I'm right over. That's how they test you in jail, and I failed miserably.
I got other things for you to touch.
Walking down the hall holding his pocket.
You got to go soft with the t-shirt.
You guys are crazy. You guys are crazy.
Nothing worse than getting a t-shirt and it's that stiff.
Do you have any
itchy,
sleeveless ones?
Yeah, he only goes sleeveless. I don't know what he's trying to show off today.
I'm not trying to show off anything. It's 100 degrees
Put some
out.
sleeves on.
What the fuck? This isn't a fashion show. It's a fucking
but it's not a fucking
radio.
gym either, asshole.
Okay. How the fuck would you know?
Fat trainer.
What would you know about a gym? Okay? Well, is that what you...
We should break.
Yes, thank you, Rick, very much, man.
Thank you.
I'm so
Thank you
happy
guys
to
for having me in. It was
Great
a
hour
wonderful
radio.
show. And
oh, fuck, Rick.
I can't wait. Every time I'm with Jim, though, it's like magic.
Yeah, nice
we run into each other on the road every now and then.
Yeah, he came in to see me in, it was Phoenix.
Was it Phoenix?
It was for the Super Bowl week.
Yeah, Super Bowl weekend.
And he came in. It was really a weird thing because he came in, we talked for like 20 minutes, and then he had somewhere to go. But just the look on all the employees' faces and the guys that worked the security there, they're like, that was... Like, what the fuck did he? They were very shocked that he actually came in. Gave me quite a bit of credibility for the rest of the weekend. I was bossing everybody around. I was a real cocksucker after that.
You were a cocksucker before that, too.
Yes, I was, but it became obvious afterwards.
Come back and see us again, Rick Ross.
All right, thank you guys for having me.
The real Rick Ross. Voss, quickly, please.
This Saturday, Comedy Shop, Pompton Plains, and July 24th, 25th, Salt Lake City, Utah, 50 West.
Right,
Saturday night, Treehouse in New Haven. Sex, Drugs, and Rock and Roll premieres FX July 16th.
Yeah, it's coming, man. I'm excited for Bobby. And Jimmy's going to be in Pittsburgh this weekend. All his dates are on JimNorton.com. He'll give specifics after the break. A little later, probably in about a half hour, Christian Slater stopping by. Stay there. E-Rock picking the music today.
I like E-Rock picking the music because I like E-Rock.
I
like it too, Jim. I'm working on my shit. My stomach cramped a little bit before I ate.
Oh, good.
So I have a feeling that there's going to be a big duty explosion. I haven't eaten dairy in a month. Actually, 2 months.
Why did he get out of town?
Who are you, what happened to you?
I don't know.
You're such a razor sharp wit.
Sometimes you're not.
Yeah, but I know that, but you're doing like uncle
too
jokes.
hard.
Yeah, why do we care if he uses his
Yes,
mic?
it was.
No, it wasn't.
I haven't, that literally what you did was right up there with "That's what she said."
Oh. I know. You ever hear comics that you says, "That's what she said"?
Are you fucking talking to the mic properly?
Yes, you really are.
On Tuesday nights, I can hear you perfectly, crystal clear.
I'm sorry. Don't touch me.
I'm not touching you. I'm touching the mic that your dirty little turtle hands happen to be on.
It slips away.
Well, you look at your own mic and...
No, he's talking about success.
Turn it the other way. Oh, forget it.
What do you mean turn it the other way?
Because it's ready to droop and fall on your ass again.
I can handle this. God, you guys just like picking on people.
Because you started, so then we feel like we got to defend ourselves and protect ourselves. You're just a mean person.
Are you going to eat all those walnuts?
No.
All those blueberries?
Yeah, I'll eat all the blueberries. I'm a big fan of the blueberries.
And the honey?
Yeah. And non-fat Greek yogurt. Yeah.
How much sugar?
And very raw honey.
That's very healthy.
Yes, it is.
Bobby.
What?
Look.
I see it. Not
a good fucking look.
Yeah, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? There's nothing I can do today. I get it. I'm chubby.
You're not chubby.
I'm fucking... You know what? You're not in shape anymore either.
You gained 7 pounds. It's very
Stop sucking
obvious.
it in. I just saw you.
I'm sitting down. I'm in great shape.
How
old are you?
Dude, you are A shape in that fucking tight red shirt. You're not... Buddy, I'm telling you...
You're not in shape for that shirt.
Can I just say something?
No, you're
Here's
not.
the illusion that, and all fucking addicts and fat people get it, is that you're not, you think that you're thinner than you are. I'm telling you, as a friend, you're putting on some weight.
No, I'm not.
As the fat guy in the room,
I'm putting on muscle.
Muscle doesn't happen on your stomach or your sides.
I didn't put on any weight. I lost weight.
No, you didn't.
I weigh myself every week.
Dude, I'm looking at you.
You didn't see me 2 weeks ago.
I just saw you walk down the hallway when you were comfortable talking Opie, when you weren't sucking your shit in like now, and your fucking your sides and your stomach. That shirt's not supposed to be tight unless you're shredded.
You're not in shape for that shirt.
Look how
we can all agree on that.
It's dude.
You're not in shape for that shirt.
That shirt is not for you.
First of all,
what?
I wore it because it's hot, and I'm going to do something.
I'll say it is.
What are you doing after this that you need that shirt?
What are you doing? Are
going
you
to a steam house?
You need to fucking not. You need to stop dressing like you're fucking 22.
No,
you're
I'm
not.
dressing
You're
comfortable
62.
for radio. I'm dressing comfortable for radio.
What?
Comfortable.
But what are you doing after this that you need that red shirt?
I'm gonna go work out.
Yeah.
Dude,
Just
stop.
sit around at David Barton's.
What's that?
Stop dressing like you own a bar in Jersey. Okay? You fucking idiot. Wear
Down the
a
shore.
regular t-shirt.
No.
Just wear with sleeves.
What's it? It's summer.
It's a satin workout shirt you're wearing. You're wearing Swick, asshole. All right? You're a fucking idiot. We're doing a radio show. We're not curling microphones. We're using our mouths. All right? Fucking asshole.
Oh, that hurts.
What's Swick?
It's how you would say slick.
Love it. Love it.
I love you, dude. I'm just telling you. Look see, there it is, right there. See that side? You shouldn't wear that shirt, dude.
I'm in perfect shape. I went to my doctor the other day.
Dude, I went to my doctor. Everything's fine with me too, but I need to lose around fucking 80 babies around my waist.
No, no.
Yeah, dude. Listen, here's the deal. I understand it. I have a big problem right now, but I'm telling you, your problem is fashion. Okay.
Okay.
We don't like that you're dressing like a break dancer from the 80s. Fucking idiot. Fucking.
I just wore a tank top. I got up at 4 o'clock this morning.
Buddy, you're not going fishing. We're not in New Hampshire. You're on a fucking radio show in Manhattan. Dress accordingly, okay?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Dumb shades you got from a gas station.
Are you crazy? These are fucking $300 glasses.
Can I see them?
$300.
No, they're Italian.
What's the R stand for, although we already know?
These are Italian glasses.
Can I see them?
No, because you'll break them.
I want to see how I look at it.
My wife bought them for my birthday.
Happy birthday. What's your birthday?
No, last year's. My birthday's next week, Tuesday.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I'm going to buy you some T-shirts.
No.
What size? XL?
Medium.
XL?
Are you large?
No, I'm medium.
You're not a medium
I'm
anymore.
fucking medium.
You're pushing L's. He's pushing L's.
You're American medium. You're not European medium.
You're holding on to mediums.
Of course I'm not European medium.
Well, that's what that shirt is.
No, Russell?
Russell. You're wearing fucking Russell. Fucking stupid stops at Walmart on the road.
You're right.
I know.
All the time. Thursday night.
Middle of the night, you just went in. Oh, this is $4? You bought 9 of them in every color.
I've been to Walmart with you. It's fun, actually.
Oh, there's nothing like Walmart.
We've gone to Walmart together.
We went to Walmart?
Oh, fuck yeah. We were in Miami.
I love Walmart.
We went to Walmart to get fucking golf balls, I think.
It's Walmart.
He's always looking for a deal.
Especially when you're lonely on the road at 24-hour Walmart.
It's kind of fun to do it with Voss, though.
I almost bought patio furniture in Houston. It's like $49. I was like, how can I get this home? Fucking Walmart is the best.
Yeah.
It fills so many empty voids.
Oh, dude, I remember one time I bought sweatpants for every night. I was so lonely and sad on the road. I bought sweatpants, and socks, and underwear, and I just left them in the hotel room because it was so cheap. It was like $30 for everything. I just wore a different pair and just left them right in the hotel room. Yeah, those stories got an ending. It's called The Unending Story by Bob Kelly. It's a new blog I'm working on. Where did
you think that one was going? I bought sweatpants, but you know what? I didn't want to clog my luggage. The end.
Well, I didn't have the space to bring them home. I just bought. It was so cheap. So yep, I'm not doing it again.
Can we talk about Rick Ross for one more minute?
Yeah, my 50.
We all just bought his book.
Yeah, well, I paid.
Didn't you feel like you had to buy his book?
Yeah.
I didn't buy it.
Well,
Bobby spent $50 on
all right,
book.
relax. I fucked up. But all I had was a 50, and he didn't have change. I wish you
He had change.
Well,
That's
if
the
you bought your book first, they would have had a change.
Wait, you gave him a 50?
I did.
5 pairs of sweatpants.
You know he has change.
Huh?
5 pairs of sweatpants.
And then I bought mine for 20.
Yeah.
Did you buy one?
No, I
felt like you had to buy the book. He's that type of guy.
Yeah, but he signed in my. It said to Bobby, Rich Voss is dumb, so it's worth 50.
I thought you said you had. I didn't.
I only had a 50 on me, and I was like, here.
He had change.
And I go, and he was like, 50, and I go, yeah, and he was like, that was that moment of like, I can't make that, and I was like, I'll just keep it.
You're a real high roller.
I fucked up, dude. What do you want me to do? Go get my money? I'm not fucking with a.
Kill yourself.
Stories?
No, but it wasn't. You would have just said how much.
It was Christian Slater. I'd fucking get my money back.
Or you would have said, or you could have said, the guy, I'll just get it online and bought it online.
Yeah.
You
panicked.
Here's the thing. I suck in those situations.
But he's a nice guy. He's not.
I'm no good at it, Jim. I panic, and I'm like, he had a suitcase. Is your book? Yeah, you want. Okay, here's 50. Just keep it. And I walk away, and I feel like, you know me. I suck.
I've done stuff like that.
I suck at it. I'm no good. I'm a spineless asshole. I'm a people pleaser, and that's fucking why I'm I'm sorry.
No, you sell stuff,
dude. I don't have a fucking decision making bone in my body.
Well, we can see that. You fucking sell stuff.
Huh?
Forget it. The fucking iPad you sold me at cost.
You're okay. I did sell you a fucking iPad 1 when the iPad 3 was out.
Yeah, at cost though. When he paid, whatever, he tricked me into it.
I didn't trick you, dude. It was a good deal.
Me.
You got a good deal.
No, I didn't.
You got a good deal.
The battery's fucking dead.
All you got to do, here's what you do. Bring it to the store.
I did that.
And they give you a brand new one.
No, they don't. I did
for
that.
$100.
Yes,
no, they don't.
It's absolutely.
No, they give you $100 for yours towards a new one.
No, they don't.
No, they give you $100. Considering what give you a new one, you give them your old one and $100, and you get a new.
I guarantee you're both wrong.
No, I'm not. I've done it.
I've done it.
We've all done it. You're the only one that didn't do it.
Considering what Rich said about Apple before and drug dealers, I don't think they're going to help you.
No.
Why are you attacking Apple?
That's
like that? What the fuck
I'm
was that
saying
about?
how people get addicted to things.
Fucking Edgar, shut up.
Okay.
Fucking Edgar stinks.
Okay.
Fucking asshole, dusty voice cocksucker he is.
What over there?
Makes me thirsty every time I fucking hear Edgar.
You love his character.
I hate
You
Edgar.
love all his characters.
I take Edgar over Chip, but I just don't like Edgar's baby fingernails. His newborn fingernails.
We went to Harlem. I think we should play this audio. Where's Adrian?
We're Rocky.
Where you guys at with the Confederate flag, Bob Kelly? Should we get rid of it?
Jesus Christ! Really? You throwing that at me?
You could say I don't know. That's an easy answer too.
I tell you,
some are arguing it's actually a battlefield flag. It's not actually the Confederate flag that they're hanging, and I don't know.
I don't. If somebody wants to have the Confederate flag and they know what comes with that, fucking go ahead.
Well, they're not trying to take
We're not talking about that. We're talking about
trying to take away your Confederate
capital.
Yeah, they're not trying to take away your Confederate flag. If you want to hang it on your property, no one's going to argue that point.
Just off state buildings.
Yeah, they want it off the state building.
But I don't like them banning it on Amazon. Like Walmart can say we don't want to sell it. It's our company.
Yeah.
But isn't Amazon and eBay isn't eBay like banning the sale?
Amazon and eBay will no longer allow the sale of the Confederate
flag related items. That I don't like. From person to person, like you're going to ban those? That's bullshit.
I'll tell you right now, I'm fucking mad because I'm a huge Dukes of Hazzard fan, and I'll never be able to buy that little car for my kid.
Well, funny you should say that. An update this morning: the General Lee from Dukes of Hazzard is losing its Confederate flag.
What do you mean they're losing? Stupid. They don't need to do that.
In what way are they losing it?
They're not.
They're making them without the flag, which is not the General Lee.
They're not selling them at all anymore.
That's now they're getting carried away.
That's starting to get stupid.
Bunch of nerds with those cars.
No one gave a fuck about the Confederate flag on the General Lee. They just no one gave a shit about that.
You go to
these years,
South Carolina, and you'll drive down, and there'll be streets called Plantation Way and apartments called Plantation Village. I mean, they're still stuck back in the fucking.
Yeah. Well, Sam Houston College had the Sam Houston, who was a slave owner, it was a black college, had 100-foot white statue of him, a slave owner, in front of the college for, I don't know if it still exists, but that was fucking kind of creepy. You know?
By the way, you know what this is going to do? I guarantee you. I would love to get a stat on how many Confederate flag tattoos there are going to be in the next 6 months, because people who can't buy it are going to try to show their support by getting a tattoo.
People are going to be buying the Confederate flag like crazy.
They'll be all over the lawn.
That's just how this works in the end.
Jimmy had a quote, a tweet about this topic that was on Fox 5 this morning.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Let's watch this quickly.
They're going to take it out of syndication. Now, as you might imagine, people are reacting on social media about this. Here are just two tweets. This one from Jim Norton saying, quote, please remember to thank eBay for banning that Confederate flag. And you see it's a picture of an Adolf Hitler on a T-shirt that's for sale.
Yeah, great point.
Yeah,
thank you.
Great point. But that's the problem. That's why you got to fight all this shit. Because what are they going to ban next?
No, but I feel that the relationship between myself and Fox 5.
Who the fuck is that?
What are you doing?
Developed to a point.
Who's that? What the fuck?
Out and about and just making social changes.
What do you have? Why do you have two bananas? You gonna eat one and fuck the other?
No, I'm not eating either one of them.
It's called the double stuff fantasy.
The double stuff. Stop not laughing intentionally, stupid.
Yeah,
I see your
Rich.
mouth.
I'm laughing inside.
Are you really?
Yes.
Well, yeah,
In some place you're crying and dying.
He's fucking nervous. His teeth are gonna come out.
He's afraid he's gonna laugh. And like, remember Alien when they opened his mouth and those little teeth came out? That's right, stupid. We're laughing at you.
Yeah. Yeah. Shut up, Chip.
We sent Adrian to Harlem to talk about the Confederate flag.
Yeah, I wanted to get
I heard it went well.
It did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got a lot of reactions from people. It was actually tough to get people to talk about it. Like a ton of people were just, no, I'm done. I don't want to talk about this at all.
Word them up.
They were tired of hearing about the flag.
How what part of Harlem?
In front of the Apollo.
Oh, all right,
Did you say
125th.
flag or fag? Where were you?
Flag.
Okay.
In front of the Apollo.
Yeah.
You get the white people, the black people.
All these clips are all black people. I got one white guy, but he was boring.
Were you scared?
No, because I brought Lewis with me.
A black guy.
Yeah.
Lewis who?
He's one of the newer guys.
Oh, the intern?
Yeah.
I think we hired him.
Yeah.
Our intern at night?
Yes. Well, he's not an intern anymore. He's your producer.
Yeah, but he's not fucking that He's not threatening. He's 4 foot tall.
Yeah, he's an ambassador.
I know. I brought Lewis with me. It's like bringing luggage.
Yeah, we should explain Lewis to the people.
He's fucking this
He's not
big.
intimidating at all as a black guy. Nice
What
smile
Lewis
on the
would be.
kid. He's-
Lewis and a poodle.
How tall is he really? 5'2", maybe? 5'3"?
But I would say around there, yeah.
Yeah. He's not
But he was supposed to come up as an ambassador.
Instead of a pit bull.
I got it, but I just love that you waited for us to laugh.
Yeah.
Well, but it was good.
You were looking around the room like we're a crowd.
Like, huh?
No, I was looking at you because you are a crowd. Okay.
All right, boss is back.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Section 8.
You're back.
And he's back.
And he's gone.
And he's gone.
And he's gone. That's what you get with Voss. Let's do this. The first clip: Confederate flag man on the street in Harlem with Adrian.
What's your name?
John Wong.
What do you think about the Confederate flag?
Oh wow, I think all that shit need to be ended. You know what I mean? Like Confederate flag. Come on, man. We in 2015. All this racist shit going on. Look here. I'm just going to be honest with you. The neighborhood is changing. If you don't see it, you ain't going to see it. This shit is real, man. Like folks are coming in this town. They're just buying us out. You know, it's not. Nobody's not getting pushed out. It's just getting bought out. You know, if you don't step up your game, like leave the drugs and alcohol alone, eventually you might jump in the river. You know what I mean? I mean, that's if you want to commit suicide that way. Some folks might, do it with drugs and alcohol, kill themselves slowly. But I'm like Joe Clark, man. Just kill yourself right now. You ain't got to wait. You know what I'm saying?
So what does that have to do with Confederate flag?
The Confederate flag? Shit, it don't have nothing to do with it. It's just that once you said that shit, I just started thinking of other things that's building in the back of my mind. Only race that didn't get nothing, man. We didn't get our 40 acres and a mule yet. We need that shit first. Fuck a Confederate flag. Where's black folks' money?
Man, we should
was that Keith Robinson?
We should really just start giving out mules and see how that goes over.
Bye, Bobby.
Oh, God.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta fucking yell at Voss to rev him up.
Yeah, you gotta wake him up a little bit.
You gotta smash him a little bit just to wake him up. He gets shut up, Edgar.
Second clip from Harlem. Talking about
hold on. You don't have videos of these?
No.
No, it's just recording audio.
Oh, that's a radio show.
Radio.
Well, but
this
we
isn't
look
a
at videos
television
all the
show.
time.
We could have maybe we should videotape some of this shit. I don't know.
Yeah, get it on video when he gets his fucking ass whooped.
Yeah.
You should make him wear a Confederate flag sandwich board like Bruce Willis and ask the question.
Everything is fucking food.
So you, I bet you people were willing to talk to you up there.
A lot of them weren't.
Oh, I'm surprised.
Yeah, a lot of people just didn't want to talk about Confederate flag, didn't want to talk about Charleston, didn't want to talk about anything.
Course.
Well, this guy wants to talk about the N-word. Let's go to
It's
this
the same
clip.
guy. It's
same guy keeps going.
John Wan.
John Wan rules.
All right. And how do you feel about President Obama recently using the N-word?
The word N-word, you know what I mean? It don't bother me. It brush off my shoulder because I don't have low self-esteem. You know what I mean? I know who I am at the end of the day. I don't know who everybody else is. I just know who I am. You know what I mean? But first of all, we're a person or people floating in a space, a planet, that we can't call each other outer space people or people that's from another planet. We are from another planet. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we get visitors every night. You know, the way I am an alien. Yes, I am. And I don't own nothing. And they don't own nothing. Nobody can tell me what to do. And what, if this is a land of the free, prove it. Who is the president? Let's be honest with you. Who is the president?
President Obama.
All right. I ain't saying who is the president. I'm saying who is a president. A president is nothing but somebody that they use for a front. We don't know who's controlling America. It damn sure ain't Obama. Obama don't have no power. Everybody has to vote even when he's in office. You know what I'm saying? If people would have been smart and voted for him and then voted for his team under him, then maybe things will be different. But people just voted for Obama. They didn't vote for Obama and his campaign, the team that he's running with to change things. You know what it is, man? I believe like this. Like Christopher Columbus, like I don't even know if this shit is real. He sailed all these places and conquered. That's how we gotta do. We gotta conquer this shit. We gotta fight. Pick up. If you want to shoot and kill people, kill somebody and die for that. Kill all these people that you thinking that's keeping you in slavery. Fuck all the bullshit. The Apollo been here for thousands of years, maybe millions of years. Who knows? I was born in 1969. But when I was born in 1969, Apollo was here. And as far as I'm concerned, people have to fight for their right. Public Enemy. They killed those people. Black Flag.
Wasn't that Beastie Boys?
No. That wasn't the Beastie Boys. Public Enemy, Chuck D, Def Jam, man, all day. You know what I'm saying? They went to every nation, conquered it, killed them off, and took over. That's what Afro-Americans got to do. You got guns, take over.
If you don't hire this guy to do the news once a week,
I have his number.
You're fucking stupid. If this guy isn't doing his news, thoughts on the news once a week.
And now the news with John Juan.
Yeah. How come every black guy when a microphone is put in front of their face becomes a philosopher?
I don't know what that means.
Neither do
It's
I.
somebody who kind of philosophizes about life.
Yeah, I know what that means.
Oh.
I just don't know what the fuck. Every black guy gets a microphone.
No, everyone he's talked to so far.
It's the same guy.
Same guy.
Oh, it's the same guy?
Yeah, it's the same guy.
That was the same guys before?
Yeah.
Well, you didn't say his name first.
We said it was the
But
same
he said
guy.
it was the same guy.
Yeah, Christian Slater is already coming down the hall, so we can go back to these clips. It looks like he's early. Adrian, we'll go back to you. No worries, all right?
Oh, but
good job so far.
You're a fucking big shot. That's fucked.
Huh?
He was all set on this.
Entering our studio is Christian Slater. We're bringing him right in. Come on in.
I go in. You go. Okay. Good morning.
Good morning, Christian Slater.
Hey,
Hey,
buddy.
man. How's
How
it
you
going?
doing? What's happening,
nice
buddy?
to see you.
How are you?
How are you? Hey. How you doing?
Good. How's it going?
Pleasure.
What's up, man? Nice to meet you. Nice to see you. Yes.
Can I just sit in here?
Yeah, right
Yes,
here.
yes.
Here's your
Oh,
headphones
you're
right
on
here.
here.
Your water. We're on right now.
We're on.
Yeah, right now.
Fantastic.
We decided to take you early, you know?
Thank you
We see
so
you walking
much.
down the hall. We're like, look, you know, let him in.
Thank you.
Trying to find your sheet.
Yeah, find my sheets.
We got to find your
boy.
sheet.
Yeah.
Yeah, promoting Mr. Robot, of course. Premiering tonight at 10 on USA.
This is not your first TV series.
No, sir. No. Man, look. I mean, I started in TV. I mean, the first thing I did was, I guess the first thing I did was some soap operas. I did Ryan's Hope, you know.
Really?
Yeah. It was on that great old show. My mother used to cast One Life to Live.
Okay.
So, yeah, I grew up in New York and was running around the city my whole life. So I've been involved in all kinds of...
How was it doing a soap opera?
You know, I loved it.
You did?
Loved it. Oh, yeah. I mean, is that...
That's hilarious. The YouTube
Look at
clip
that.
says, "Isn't that Christian Slater?"
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah, they're not quite sure. Yeah, but I was DJ LaSalle there, and that's...
How old were you?
I was probably 15, 14, something like that, and that's Yasmin Bleeth I'm working with, who I had a massive crush on.
Yasmin, where do I know that? Who is she? I know her.
Baywatch. Yeah, she was the girl on Baywatch for a while.
Yeah, so I just was fortunate enough to get that job, and there he is.
Oh yeah, that's you, of course.
Holy moly!
What's the turnaround on those? Because they do so much material in a week.
They do. Yeah, that was one of the tricks. Was just I think it was great training ground. You know, you get there. They write, phenomenal amounts of dialogue, and you just have to.
How do you memorize all that? Week after week.
It's getting harder and harder. It seems, yeah.
But I mean, back then with these soap operas, because it's not like a movie where this is week after week. They're changing out everything.
Yeah, they had cue cards, right?
They used to. Well, like if you see that movie Tootsie, remember that the actor who was in that.
See it. I based my life on it.
Yeah, exactly. I know it's the greatest movie ever. Can you make her look a little more attractive? Can you pull back? How about Cleveland?
Yeah, Dustin Hoffman.
Yeah, the greatest. Yeah. So I believe they did have teleprompters. I don't think I used the teleprompters then. I was still capable of, I had great. Working with the other people that were there were very helpful, and you would get there and rehearse in the morning and just make sure that you were ready. And, they have it kind of like situated and set up in a way that it is, if you do actually do the work, it is possible to get it done and capture it.
What would they try to do, like 2 takes, 3 takes? So they have to rip through them, I'm sure.
Honestly, you would get like 1 take. I mean, you would have to be on your game. It was they weren't happy if they had to go again.
What was your storyline?
I was the bad boy. I was DJ LaSalle, and I come into Yasmin Beli's life, and here I am. I think in a scene visiting her Catholic school, and I'm just basically there to corrupt her and pull her into my world and seduce her. I loved it. It was a fantastic character.
And you've never stopped working. You've been at this like 30 years.
I've been very fortunate.
You don't look old enough to be in the business 30 years.
Yeah, man.
You were lucky to start early, obviously.
I was, yeah. I was very lucky. Well, like I said, I mean, I had a mother who's in show business and a dad who was an actor, so...
Do we know him from anything?
Well, he was actually on Ryan's Hope. He was the original Frank Ryan on Ryan's Hope. So that was when I was about 5 years old. And he did a lot of Broadway, things like that. And I used to go with him. I remember when I was a little kid, like Dad would have to go to work at night, and I'd be so upset that he was leaving. And I would beg him to take me with him, and he would. He'd take me, and I would hang out with the people in the wings and watch him on stage and hear the audience, and it just kind of.
You got bitten by the bug.
Yeah, none of those are my father. It's so weird.
We can't find the original one.
Yeah, can't find the original guy. But no, he's that was. So it was just in my blood. My mother used to take me to the theater all the time growing up, and one of the shows that made probably. I think the biggest impression on me, certainly when I was a kid, was Frank Langella and Dracula. That was like it was the biggest show back in 1970, whatever it was. And just being, there he is, just being backstage, and seeing how all those props worked. And it was a great time. It was a great time to be a kid, no doubt about it.
What was your breakthrough role in your head as an actor?
I think probably the... Let's see, because that's hard to say.
A lot of people say Heathers was.
I guess Heathers
was your big
probably
moment.
Yeah.
1989
wasn't
True Romance your biggest? That was
True Romance was definitely certainly helped a lot and was great, and certainly I was thrilled to be a part of a project like that. But I think I did Ryan's Hope, and then I got The Name of the Rose with Sean Connery. And so it was just weird to go from playing DJ LaSalle, seducing Yasmin Bleeth, to this 13th century medieval monk, running around this labyrinth in Germany with Sean Connery was very, very, it just seemed surreal. I was kind of like desperate to get back to
Ryan's Hope.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't. It was too much.
I want to ask you a true romance question. When you read through the script, you had no idea probably that that scene with Hopper and
Christopher Walken.
But I mean, when you read through that, you have no idea that you're looking at something that's going to become like a classic moment.
No idea.
And when did you when you first saw that, did you realize like, wow, this is something amazing?
That was one of the scenes that got shot, I think, early on, and Tony Scott was so excited about it. I remember he had edited it all together, and Patricia and I sat in one of the trailers, and Tony had like a VHS cut of it, and popped it in and said, "Oh my gosh, you got to watch this scene." So I mean, it was exciting to see it like in its raw form, and
before anyone else.
Yeah, before anyone else. That was definitely. I was like, oh my goodness, yeah, this is
it's an amazing scene.
It was amazing.
One of the scenes that gets overlooked because of that is you and Gary Oldman together.
Oh yeah.
As to put a British guy to play a white.
Yeah, I know.
Pimp, dreadlocked, and
Gary Oldman, amazing. Yeah, I mean that scene between me and him, and that whole fight and shooting him. I mean, making that movie was just a great ride. I mean, there's no doubt about it. I mean, that scene, and then there's Brad Pitt as, Floyd, I mean, and James Gandolfini, and the Patricia Arquette scene, Michael Rappaport, who's just one of the
Tom
great...
Sizemore
and Chris Penn. So, I mean, there was a cast of great, phenomenal actors that, each one that signed on, I think I just kept getting, like, a little bit more nervous every time I would hear a name, and then when Christopher Walken showed up, I really just exploded with excitement.
Yeah,
you guys didn't have any scenes together, right? You and him?
We didn't, man, but he was there, hanging around. People seem to be just interested in being around that set, and Val Kilmer too.
Played Elvis, right?
Yeah, Val Kilmer. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
I had him as my little secret mentor guy to work with. So yeah, there was just a phenomenal cast of characters there.
No, didn't Quentin Tarantino wrote the original?
He did. I think True Romance was the first script supposedly that he had written. So he wrote that before Reservoir Dogs, and then just put it in a drawer. And then after Reservoir Dogs became certainly well known and famous, then all of a sudden people were like, "Hey, you got anything else?" And
he went through a drawer and said, "Well, this might work.
I got this in my bedside table. Why don't you take a look at this?"
Yeah.
And Tony Scott picked it up, and I think just did an amazing job. Amazing job with it.
It's a fucking great movie.
Thanks.
My favorite movie of yours, and I'm going to get shit for this.
All right.
Is Untamed Heart.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good movie. I'm sorry.
No, dude.
It was a fucking... Because you know why?
Yeah.
You weren't you. You were this other... You were real quiet.
Yes.
And, I mean, I love Marissa Tomei.
Yes.
And I mean, if it's on, I'm fucking watching it.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, no, I really...
Have you ever seen it?
I'm sure I have.
Yeah.
Why the reaction? Why did you react like that,
Because it's a sweet movie. I do think it's definitely. I mean, if you have a heart and it definitely is emotional. I mean, making it was a special experience, and I had a great time working with Marissa Tomei.
She's smoking hot.
Yeah, Rosie Perez was great, and Tony Bill was the director, and it was just a very gentle, lovely movie, and a character that I responded to. And,
because you're usually the wise ass.
Sure.
In that movie, you were real quiet. Marissa was actually the louder,
sassier character.
Sassy, yeah, right. And
for me, it was an opportunity. I have a friend that I work with, Dan Lauria, an actor. He was the dad on the Wonder Years, and I grew up with him, and fantastic guy. And I was fortunate enough to grow up and have somebody like that around with me, because he introduced me to a lot of movies. He would always say, "Oh, you got to see this movie Network, and you got to see like Ned Beatty and that scene." It's sort of like in True Romance, like that one scene in Network between Ned Beatty and Howard Beale, and then that movie was so amazing. And then with this particular film, Untamed Heart, he said, "Oh, you got to watch Peter Sellers and Being There." So that's really what I did. I mean, I watched that film and just was so impressed and moved by the genius of Peter Sellers and just the simplicity of it. Because look, he was another actor too that was known for certainly hamming it up and pushing the envelope and being an absolute lunatic. And then here was a performance that he did that was so simple and so refined and didn't have any of the bells and whistles, and it was still phenomenal.
Network is an amazing movie. It has to be said. I mean, people have no idea. This movie predicted the fucking future.
It did. No, without a doubt.
Now you see and you're like, whatever.
I know.
Because we're used to everything they're talking about in that movie, but at the time, they were predicting all this stuff. Reality shows and
phenomenally.
And sensationalized the news to a point where you would just not believe
Patty
that's
Chayefsky
possible.
wrote that. Really brilliant screenplay.
Yeah.
Brilliant. No, it's
just got to be said.
You see it and you're like, oh my God, this is what exactly has happened.
Yeah.
They were so phenomenally ahead of their time.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely a recommended movie to see.
Absolutely.
Hey, when Being There, you talked about too, which was a great Peter Sellers movie. He plays this guy Chauncey Gardner, who is a blithering fucking idiot.
Yeah,
and the government just starts listening to him, and they think he's a genius. And it's like almost an Oscar-worthy role. But
it was. Yeah.
But at the end of it, they showed
the outtakes,
bloopers, and I heard Peter Sellers went ballistic when he saw that, and he said, "You cost me an Oscar by doing that."
Really?
Like, he was furious. Yeah, he thought it totally broke,
undermined the work that he had done. Yeah, because look,
that Blake Edwards, right?
Did Blake Edwards direct Being There? I don't know. I mean, look at this. We can Google it and know the answer in 5 seconds. It's sort of that's the world that we live in right now. Yeah.
Directed by Hal Ashby.
Hal Ashby.
Oh right, God, I was off by ever. I couldn't have been offer.
Oh man,
I had no idea that happened.
Yeah,
Peter Sellers was a pretty serious person, right? In the end.
I don't know. To be honest, don't know enough about him personally.
Don't know, but look, I could definitely see where he would have been a little upset and disturbed. Me personally, I loved those outtakes for some reason. I was so, it might have cost him the Oscar, but it was just, it must have been so hard for them to get through that whole movie.
Yeah.
Because he is so damn funny. I mean, and those outtakes are genius.
It's like the end of Schindler's List. You don't want to see them laughing.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
Show like the shovel getting dropped. Oh, come on. You again.
I must say I'm a big fan when you start walking out of the theater, the credits are rolling, and all of a sudden, we got more
One
for
more
you.
piece.
And then you're standing awkwardly in the theater watching, bloopers or whatever.
Yeah, well,
the fuck
that's
it is.
Marvel, right? I mean, those guys, they just, the way they've done it, I mean, those little teasers at the end, now you have to sit there and watch every credit, even if it's like 20 minutes long. I'm like, no, son, we're not leaving. We must know what happens to Captain America. Who's coming back, so those are really fun. I love
you were
those.
like the last of the Brat Pack type of, I mean, right? I mean, back then, I mean, that's not really, that type of Hollywood isn't really happening, right?
No, I mean, the Brat Pack was like Emilio, Rob Lowe, those guys, and that was like a generation ahead, I guess, of me somewhat. And then I got to work with Emilio and a lot of those guys, like doing Young Guns 2 and that sort of thing. And
what a dick you were in Young Guns 2.
Yeah, I know. Arkansas Dave, I know.
It was Billy's gang.
It was Billy's gang, I know.
And you kept saying it was your gang.
My gang. It's my gang.
Billy's gang.
Until things got too scary. And I was like, fine, it's your gang. Take it.
I love you to call him out. You were a dick.
Not only was I a dick, but I was a racist. I mean, it was a horrible.
Every time you were on screen, I got anxiety.
I feel like they missed a great opportunity in that movie. Where, because look, you play a character like that, and he's horrible. You want there to be, in my opinion, some redemption at the end. Because you could say the same thing about Han Solo in Star Wars. Mm-hmm. The character was a total dick. Only thinking about himself and only, I'm taking the money. But by the end, the guy comes in and saves the day.
It's true, but he did shoot first. Greedo did not shoot first.
He did shoot
Han
first.
Solo shot first.
That's right. That's right. So I feel like Arkansas Dave could have had that twist, but then I was playing like a real life character also. So unfortunately, I was not going to come back and save Lou Diamond Phillips. Although I thought that would have been a really nice twist.
But you guys did have the same hair in the movie.
Me and Lou?
Yeah, you had that.
He has extensions in that.
Did he really?
In that movie,
you called him out. Jesus.
Well, but, I mean, there was no way he was going to grow his own hair that long. long. I mean, that was
your hair, though.
That was my hair. Yeah. That was my hair. Yeah.
That's extensions?
Well,
you're blowing up his spot.
I mean, look,
it's only been 20 years, whatever, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of tricks that come into, what we do, and a lot of it is based on illusion, and
That's you and Emilio talking shit on the set. Those fucking guys get extensions. I know. I know.
We all knew.
This fucking guy stinks.
But
We all know.
it's Hollywood. I mean, Christian wasn't really a cowboy. You know what I mean? Like, none of it was real.
Yeah. That's right. It's all
okay.
illusion. I mean, and like the guns that I had fired blanks, and the horses were real. I mean, they almost killed us.
How was it working with Travolta? Like you worked with him on his comeback after Pulp, and then you did Broken Arrow.
After what? Yes, after
his
Pulp
comeback.
Fiction.
Oh,
yeah.
That was crazy, right?
It was amazing. No, he's an amazing guy. John Travolta couldn't be like. I mean, look, he's one of the sweetest people on the face of the planet. It's sort of like, like the character in Untamed Heart. I mean, he's like just a very sweet, gentle, lovely human being.
Yeah.
I can't say anything bad about him. He's and working with him was fun. I mean,
as a bad guy, he was a fucking bad guy.
He was a bad guy, and doing the fight scene was a great experience. And working with John Woo was unbelievable.
Oh,
and,
right, yeah.
Getting to fire two guns in slow motion was exciting. And
that was the second time you worked with that girl too, right? Was she in Pump
Samantha
Up?
Mathis?
She was
Yeah,
in Pump Up the Volume.
Yep. Yeah, I was radio DJ. Yeah,
That was a great movie. That was one
Thanks.
of those movies that I watched constantly when it came out on video. I saw it in the theater and then video.
And that's one of the movies you want to be remembered for.
Yeah.
Well, that's definitely one.
Why?
Well,
why that one over? I mean, because you've been in so many great flicks.
I just have always had a very strong relation to that movie. I was probably, I think, 19 when I made it. I thought the story was very moving and very powerful. And I mean, the show, Mr. Robot, again, sort of like you were saying about Network, Pump Up the Volume was, oh, dude, wow. I just got a delivery of a
nice
iced 4-shot non-fat latte. And that doesn't happen. That's fantastic.
That means we like you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
We can't afford gift bags, so a nice icy beverage.
This is the best gift I could possibly have. I love it.
Do you want a book?
Oh man, really? Come on.
It's $50.
So, but yeah, beautiful. This is great.
He spent $50 on this book today. Because he was too embarrassed to ask for change from his 50.
No, that's awesome.
We had Rick Ross in here, the real Rick Ross.
deal.
Pump Up the Volume. It's 25 years old too. Wow,
that's amazing. Yeah. When I think about that, it's they just had like the 25th anniversary of Goodfellas the other a couple weeks ago, and you just sort of go, what? How is that possible? And how do I have a 16-year-old son? That's going to be moving in with me. I don't quite understand or comprehend what's happening there, but that's another road, I guess. But with Pump Up the Volume, it's just funny, back then, like the technology that I had available to me at that time was like, it was a ham radio.
It was like the first podcast.
Yeah, in a way, absolutely. I think the writer Alan Moyle, again had a sense of what was happening in the future, and I just had a guy come up to me the other day and was talking to me about that movie, and he said that it was meaningful for him because it was the first film that dealt with homosexuality in a way where it didn't judge it, and I remember that scene I have with the young man who calls and is just being confused and being bullied in class and just feels like an outcast. And I was just happy that the writer, director, Alan Moyle, didn't put anything in there that would condemn that or judge it in any way and embraced it. And, so that's one of the interesting things about, I think, what it is we get to do sometimes in this business is you create something that does actually have some kind of effect on people's lives and can help to open them up a little bit more. So those are exciting.
You gave a great quote to in Time recently, which I like that you were honest about it. They were asking about being like a teen, like you said, girls would come up to you and go like, "Oh my God, I had your poster on my wall."
Yeah.
When I was a teenager.
I was one of them.
But you find it, but you said it's kind of like a double-edged sword almost. Like it's good and it's.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's sort of like, well, why'd you take it down, I mean, but that's just the course of nature of life, I mean, you get older and things change, and look, the truth is, of course, I'm still very happy, and it was a great time, and, right now, I think the only woman that I care opinion is of course my wife.
Excellent response.
Yeah, as long as I mean, she just doesn't have posters of me up, and that's fine, and we're having a real interaction with each other, and it's perfect.
What you want to say is you're still very good looking, Christian Slater.
Hey,
that's what you want the people to know.
He certainly is. If that's the outside point of view, then I'm perfectly happy.
Did you get to back when you were making True Romance and Pump Up the Volume and all that, Heathers? Did you get to enjoy it? Were you married? Did you like some of your co-stars? Did you? You know what I mean?
Stup? You're talking about Stuppen?
Did I enjoy it? I enjoyed it, man.
You did?
Oh yeah, no. There's no doubt about it. I mean,
it makes me so happy.
No, I enjoyed every second of it. I think it's it's weird when something happens in this business that you really have no control over or no say over, and all of a sudden, doors start opening or opportunities start presenting themselves to you. And when you're a kid, it's sort of like, what? Really? Okay. You go down this road, you start examining a lot of different areas and, testing the boundaries. I read one quote from a book somewhere where it said, the fastest way to know who you are is to first know who you're not. So I think that's part of the journey of life. It's like you go down a lot of different roads. You test and find out what the edges are and where you feel comfortable, and then you have to you get yourself reined in.
Yeah. So you got laid.
I had a good time. I had a
Babu.
Your show
too. It was a good ride.
We really got to start talking about Mr. Robot because we're going to run out of time with Christian Slater here.
Whenever you watch a new show, I never am psyched to see a new show because I'm so committed to the shit I watch.
Yes,
but it was unbelievably good.
Oh, thanks.
It's good to not have to lie and say that. Because I would lie even if I like you so much. But
we've all been on the other side, and when something comes together that actually is presented well, and this writer Sam Esmail has really done an amazing job. I mean, it is a very interesting story, and as much as it is about the technical stuff and about what's happening in the world today and computer hacking, and it really is about a small group of people using their computer technology to take down a huge conglomerate. It really is much more of a story about a young man and his struggle and his isolation, very much like Pump Up the Volume. What's
his name, that actor?
Rami Malek.
Yeah, he's great.
He's great. He's just great. I mean, he's an amazing actor. Is it a hard transition from doing major films to going to TV? I mean, is it harder? TV's harder work, though, isn't it? It can be. I mean, it certainly can be. But I think it comes down to the writing and the team of people that you're working with. Again, like working with somebody like Rami just makes it feel good and smooth. And he's such a professional and so committed. And the things that he's being asked to do in this show are... It's a monumental task. I mean, for him, it's definitely a monumental task.
What I was going to say about the TV and the movies, there was a time where movie stars did not do TV shows, and now it's completely accepted. And
totally,
it was almost like if you did movies and then went to TV, it was like a step down, which is strange to me. But that's not the case anymore.
And look, there was a time when I think that was true, and it still can be.
It's not anymore. Not like the old days.
I just think with the things that TV has accomplished, like with shows like Breaking Bad,
they finally woke up.
Better Call Saul, and it almost feels like the new world of independent filmmaking. Like a lot of these wonderful directors that can't get financing for their independent films anymore because of what's happened in the economy and financing falling through and not making money on DVD sales and things like that, things of that nature. That a lot of these talented people have had to find other avenues in order to express their creativity, and TV has been best ultimate place to do it.
And TV's so good now. I mean, because of that.
In a lot of cases, it's better than going to the movies.
Oh,
when you're doing like, I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
When I watch a show that, look, I mean, just using Breaking Bad as an example. I mean, that show, I could not wait for that show to come on. I mean, and the cliffhangers, it drove me crazy.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, this show, I don't know, but when we're shooting episode 9 now, and I just. It's the writing I really feel great.
You guys
it's on tonight. Sorry to interrupt you. 10 o'clock on USA Network, and it's called Mr. Robot, and it's so good.
Oh,
it's
thanks.
so. This is how good it is. The link they sent me was shit, and it kept stuttering and stopping, and I was calling up Booker screaming. I'm like, I want the fucking copy.
Yeah.
And then he's like, it's on their website. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just went and watched it, and it's like a dope. So good. Man.
USA Network is so good. I mean, that was a network that used to have 18 Wheels of Justice, I believe.
Yeah.
Right. And now they have such fucking great shows.
Yeah. No,
USA Network has really stepped up.
Bonnie Hammer's been doing an amazing job. Everybody at USA has been doing an amazing job, and they've been incredibly supportive. And I think they've allowed Sam Esmail to really create a show that he wanted to create. I mean, there's been no restrictions or boundaries. And for me, like the world of cable, it just feels like it's just such a relief. You know, I mean, you try and do something. You know, not that there's anything wrong with it, but, you know, on a network show, obviously there's going to be a lot more restrictions, and you know, you can't really push the envelope as much as you might like to. And with something like this, you're able to really just have that freedom.
Speaking of TV, I found it interesting. You don't watch a lot, but your list is all over the place.
Oh, man.
Better Call Saul, Game of Thrones, and then you throw in The Voice.
Yeah. You know, it's like a fun...
I actually get caught up in watching that show, too.
Dude, you know, I
don't
mean,
know why,
honestly, what got me, I think I'd never watched it before, and my wife was like, you know, let's check it out, and, you know, she thinks I can judge singers for some reason, I don't know why, but, so we started watching it, and I picked the winner. I was like, from the first episode, I was like, well, that's the kid.
That's going to be the guy.
And then I just kept watching, waiting, and he kept surviving. And then, Sawyer, you know, kid won. And he was great. Yeah, he was great. But they were all just great. It was an amazing, I was a little upset with Blake when, he didn't know, well, I won't say it. You know, that he hadn't heard Simon and Garfunkel. I got a little upset there.
Were you saying he never heard Simon and Garfunkel?
Well, he hadn't heard that song "America" by Simon and Garfunkel, so I got a little upset there. But you know, hey,
how's that possible?
He's a musician.
Yeah,
how is that possible?
There's a lot.
That one falls through the cracks.
That one fell through the cracks, and I was sort of like, really, you never heard that? But hey, look, you know, I mean, you can't listen to everything, and the guy is great, and you know, it was definitely very fun and to watch him and Adam Levine sort of go at it, because Adam would enjoy when Blake didn't know. I can't believe I'm talking about this so much.
I know.
I know.
You're a fanboy.
I really got it.
You're really into it.
Oh my God!
They should get you as a guest, a guest judge.
Can I ask a real fanboy question?
Yeah.
So in the film Star Trek VI,
yes,
you have like a cameo.
God.
You have a cameo in there.
I do,
and it's not like you're just starting out. You're full blown Christian Slater at that point. So were you like a big Star Trek fan and say I want to be in this movie, or?
Well, what happened there is my mother was casting the movie, and I mean, I was a huge Star Trek fan. Absolutely, grew up Captain Kirk, William Shatner, Leonard Nimoy. I mean, I had like posters and everything you could possibly have Star Trek. So my mother knew that the actor that she had hired to play that particular role had fallen out, needed somebody to fill in, and called me and said, "Kid, do you want to come in and do this?"
Did she make you read for it?
Somehow she didn't.
Did she ask you how tall you were? At the end of the audition,
I had to go through the whole. I sent it
available.
I sent an 8x10 and the whole thing. How William Shatner would feel if he knew you took the posters down. I know exactly. See, that's how it is.
No, but he didn't. because in his last TV show, you had a Captain Kirk chair on one on Fox. On
See,
Breaking
so
In.
I still am loyal to the original Captain Kirk. In fact, now I have 2 of those chairs because because
now you're gonna get a voice chair.
Right?
Your wife starts yapping too much. Hit the button. It fucking spins around.
Yeah. Totally. Oh my gosh. Yeah. But it says it there. You push the button and it says, "I want you." Yeah. So that actually works. Yeah, it could work.
What a strange question. Wow.
But it was good,
No,
though.
it's good, though.
That's a deep question.
Because in the movie, he's in silhouette.
Yeah.
For the beginning of the scene, and then he kind of steps into the light, and you're like, oh my God, it's Christian Slater. What's he doing in this movie?
Yeah. I know. That was, I think, a shocker for everybody.
Yeah.
What the heck is going on?
Like everybody in the movie theater is like, it's Christian Slater.
Yeah. I mean, that could probably take you out a little bit. I'm kind of curious to know, and maybe I should talk to J.J. Abrams about it, because maybe that guy, this ensign, he could possibly have some kind of future.
Yes.
It would be, I don't know if we want to know what happened to this guy.
I'm very curious
or
what
not,
happened to that guy.
But yeah, I mean, this guy could be.
Do you remember his character?
I remember he was on Captain Sulu's The Excelsior.
The Excelsior.
Yeah. And he told Captain Sulu that, I don't remember your line.
Something, I can't remember what it was. Yeah.
But you got yelled at by Captain Sulu.
That's right. Well, I think I woke him up.
You did? You woke him up? He was in bed.
Yeah,
He was in bed.
I was
right.
a nervous wreck, but but I think let's just say that I'm playing Q there. That's who I am. I'm disguised.
Total Star Trek geek stuff.
I'm Q.
They're talking another language now.
Just popping in.
It's all good though. It's all good.
All right, I hope so. I hope someone's understanding out there because that's like
I've never seen one Star Trek. And I was messing around here in that photo. I can do the captain thing. I just of course I can. The Vulcan thing.
I can't do it. I don't have the coordination.
Really? You
no,
can't
I've
do it.
tried for many years and I've failed miserably.
No, I can do it. I can do
if it was 2 men's asses.
For some reason,
Voss can do the ears too.
I love it. That's great.
I'm making myself do it. Oh, this is really exciting for nobody.
That's great.
But
Christian Slater's got to go. This sucks.
Fucking Murder in the First.
Oh, dude, thanks. Yes, Kevin Bacon.
But you just started your iced coffee. Can't you hang out
I know.
for longer? We're just getting started.
I don't know.
Jimmy
course,
sold
I would love to.
Jimmy sold your new show properly.
It's
Mr.
great,
Robot is a great
thanks.
show. Premieres tonight at
Thank you,
10
Jimmy.
on USA Network.
Would you say he plays a guy, the guy I forget whose name I
Rami
forget.
Malek.
He plays a guy who he's almost like autistic, or he's got like some Asperger. It's like being touched.
Yes.
But it's so good, and his acting is fucking excellent.
It really is.
It wrote me in 3 minutes into the show.
Yeah. No,
I
that
was
first
roped into
scene.
it.
That first scene is on. I know.
So good.
You sit there and you watch it, and it's just like, whoa. Yeah, I know it's trippy, and it's trippy what the internet is capable of doing if somebody is really good with controlling those keys.
And it seems like they understand hacking enough where they got real hackers to help with this dialogue.
Yep.
Because it's not cheesy. Like I hit the Control-Alt-Delete button. You know.
Yes.
It's like real stuff that
Oh no, that was one of the things because we screened it at Google. We've gone and talked to experts, and that's been one of the things that
Who'd you bring in? Who'd you bring in to teach you that stuff, the language of the hacker?
Oh, no. Well,
was it a guy maybe we know?
Sam Esmail had a lot of experience with this, and he's the creator of the show, so just having him there all the time has been phenomenal. But then also he works with a team of people and makes sure that things are as authentic and accurate as possible. Absolutely.
Nice.
Well, tonight at 10 o'clock on USA, it's Mr. Robot, and it's excellent.
Thanks.
And, it's the best new thing I've seen in a long time. So I was happy to love it.
Thank you so
much. And what
much.
a great guest. Come back and see us.
Please.
I've never been this fucking starstruck.
Oh, come on.
I'm serious.
Oh, man.
I've stood next to Dustin Hoffman and Jim Norton.
See, that's how I would be.
You're starstruck.
I would be.
Didn't you have a story when you met Jack Nicholson at the Oscar? You came out the back door to smoke, and
I'm sure I have.
You come out of the back door and you met him for the first time.
Yeah.
And you didn't even say anything.
I panic, or like at a Lakers game or something like that, and. Yeah, you go into like a room and then there's Jack Nicholson sitting there. But I was at the 40th anniversary for SNL thing that they did, and that was like just the greatest show of all time. I mean, just to be in that audience was a thrill. But they had us all in like everybody that was supposed to be in the audience was all in one big room. And I came in, and the first person that I saw who was sitting like alone in the audience was Jack Nicholson. He's just sort of like the example of the leader.
Royalty, really.
Yeah, and just like alone in the theater, just like, okay, the show's going to start now, and everybody follow me. That's how it is, and that's just great.
That's how you know you're a celebrity, when you're like you ask about Meanie Nicholson, he's got to go, yeah, I think it was that time.
Somewhere. I don't know.
I mean, I love the guy. Oh, my God.
Awesome.
He's so great.
Well, thank you very much, man. You're great. And I'm happy for your new show.
Thanks, guys.
Tonight, 10 o'clock.
On USA
pleasure.
Network, Mr. Robot, Christian Slater. We're going to take a quick break and wrap up properly. Thank you.
Awesome.
Wow.
Thanks, man.
Come
Thanks
back
for
and
having
see
me.
us.
Thank you. Dude, what a pleasure.
More with Opie and Jim after this. We're back with Opie and Jim.
We're back. We're back
Yes,
with
we're
the
back.
Opie and Jim show.
Opie with Jim Norton.
Opie with Jim Norton and Rich Voss and Bob Kelly.
Jim
and the
Norton.
Stangles.
I love doing radio with you, Bobby.
I love doing it with you, Vossy.
Oh,
God.
Why?
I don't like doing it with either one of you.
Okay, leave.
Voss was starstruck by
What
Christian.
I really was. Not
Voss was starstruck by Christian Slater.
I'm not going to lie. I said I'm staring at him going, one, he
It was
has
your stare was kind of creepy after a while.
you didn't hear me under the table.
Why does Opie eat like a grizzly bear?
Why do you look like one?
Fuck yeah.
Why are you mocking this?
I was going to say that.
This is tasty and healthy. That's what
pointing
you
to my
want in your
dick.
life, Bobby. Tasty and healthy.
I do. Let me get some of that.
Damn it, no one heard that.
It's
one.
possible.
No one heard it?
No.
What'd you
He
say?
said
You
it's
didn't
tasty
clean
and
those
healthy, and I
off.
said he's pointing to my dick.
Hey, you didn't clean off those blueberries.
You got to
They're
wash the.
washed.
How
Relax.
do you know?
Jimmy's the one with the E. coli, not me.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Well, my stomach's a little better now. I had a nana. I like to say. All right, let's do.
Why
the,
were you so starstruck?
Yeah. With me? I don't know, because
I get starstruck too. Arnold got me. Schwarzenegger got me a little bit. Then I relaxed.
Two people really got me in life. Bon Jovi and him. When
Bon
we did that
Jovi?
Thing
Yeah.
Yes. When we did that thing in Jersey, when Bon Jovi would walk by, it was like it's like angels were with him.
Yeah, Bon Jovi would get me too. Billy Joel got me. Remember with the
Me and Bobby met
I kept
Billy
going.
Joel,
I got a small dog too, and he didn't
You've
answer
never
me.
seen anybody want to bond with Bob less.
Wait, what's the story? I've never heard this
This
one.
is 2003. My agent Pete handled Billy Joel too, AGI. And me and Bobby went to see him at the Guard. We were off the air and depressed.
Him and Elton John concert. We have passes that give us the private booth, and we could walk down to the stage, and with these passes, walk by security on the right of the stage into the back. Ooh. Crazy fucking passes.
Oh, the farts are brutal.
I know, that's my sickness,
I
guys.
think your E. coli is popping out of your asshole.
Guys, I'm trying to get healthy.
Oh, boy, are you.
Yeah, but you're
pushing
telling
out
us
the,
that you're getting healthy.
You're pushing out the...
Me and him
disease.
walk backstage. Billy Joel is sitting there by himself while Elton's on.
He's that type of guy.
And he goes, yeah, man, I usually don't like this type of music, but, I love Ozzy, but this is good. I like it. I'm really into it. I'm getting into it.
I said that.
He says that to Billy Joel. First thing. I'm really not in. I'm like, so then I panic. Billy had a little pug dog.
Yeah.
I get down and I just start petting his dog.
You bit it.
And I go, I have a small dog too. And no response. So I just said it again. I go, yeah, I got small dogs. I love small dogs.
It was literally like listening to fucking Rain Man talk about something.
I couldn't stop saying
Small
it.
dog.
I couldn't stop saying it.
Small dog, slow in the driveway. I wanted to fucking throw paint on you.
Who walks back and goes, I don't like this music?
All right, granted, it wasn't a smart thing to say, but what do I say? It's Billy Joel. He's just eating Fisherman's Friends in between his set because he had to go on at the end with Elton. So while Elton John was on, he eats Fisherman's Friends to keep his throat tight. And he was delightful. He talked to everybody. He was a very nice man. But we were both very nervous, and we went
very
back
down to earth.
We went back there with the agent, and so he gave us the time of day.
I drank wine with him at the Paramount at an STP show.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
We were both in like the VIP section. He went there because his daughter was into it. And we were clinking glasses, and I was just trying to be as cool as fuck. Because I was nervous like you.
You're
I was
always
like,
cool.
I'm going to fucking blow this.
Yeah, I'm
I
terrible.
didn't blow it, though. But then I was an asshole, and I had to ask for a picture at the end, and it was sort of like...
Nah, that's all right.
But I had to. When's the next time you're going to...
If you didn't and you saw
be
Modi
that
go...
close to Billy Joel.
Exactly.
But the whole time, I'm like, don't fucking blow this. We got a couple cheers in, and I'm like, not bad, right? It was just a lot of small talk.
You cheered with Billy
We
Joel?
clanked because I was having a brewski, and he was having wine. I'm like, I know. I'm being honest. I almost blew it. And I'm like, will you fucking calm down? I was having this conversation with myself. Just sit there and don't fucking look at him too much. You can look every once in a while if there's a break in the music,
But
maybe
that
not or
energy's
something.
weird too. You know what I mean? When you
I
know
know.
somebody's not, when you know someone's forcing themselves not to talk to you.
That's my whole life.
It's when you're fully aware that you might blow the situation. At hand.
That's why
I was trying to be so cool.
That's why I didn't try to say anything during.
It was so obvious that you were a creep. To everybody in the room.
I wasn't a creep. I was just
staring
such
at
a good
him.
guest
staring at
and
him.
so conversational.
He was awesome.
How do you get freaked out by him? He was so down to
He's a
earth.
lovely man.
I didn't get freaked out. I didn't want to fuck up. Look, the other guy I could connect with. I can't. I just.
So if he doesn't do crack,
you can't connect with a guy.
Hey, Billy, I also wear Converses. Shut up. I felt. I'm trying to see how you connected with Billy Joel. I'm saying.
Yeah, you have a gut now. It's official.
You do have a
You really do.
No, yeah.
Not only
You
were
do.
Yeah, look. See, now you got to push it in.
Go to the side.
Look at that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
go to
you're
the
pulling
side.
it in.
Now let it go.
Just
I want you
stand
to
straight.
do me a favor. Take.
Where's your pubic hair?
He's shirtless.
Do you shave it all the way, balls and everything?
No, I shaved
You
it
got a little
down.
patch?
Yeah, he definitely puts.
Oh, there's the patch. Oh God!
What do you got?
Let's see. He's got a low patch.
Oh, patch.
Oh,
I go.
Oh, here we go.
Wait, let me tell you.
What, are you puking because of his pubes?
No, he's just getting ready for what's going to happen when I fuck his
right.
throat. That was really dirty. I'm sorry. I'm gay.
Your acting's getting
His
better.
stomach
boss.
is
Wait, is that
fucking
camera
terrible.
still on?
Huh?
My act is getting better.
Acting. You were make. Yeah, it's still on.
You have after kid belly.
I fucking look good. I've been working out.
You don't look good.
You look like a woman that had a couple kids and then got into shape after the kids. So yes, you're in shape, but you're still kind of mushy.
I'm fucking gonna be 58 next week.
Happy
What the fuck?
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, you terrible Jew, you. Happy birthday. Come on, oh yeah.
All right.
He hates hugs. Why do you hate human contact? It's good for you.
No.
What? No. He goes, no.
Nobody likes that.
All right. I wanted to do the Mike Francesa. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe these guys don't give a fuck about Mike Francesa like I do. I don't know.
Do it tomorrow.
Do it tomorrow?
Yeah.
All right. Mike Francesa talking about emojis. We love the Mike Francesa clips on the show. Well, happy birthday.
Happy
Next
birthday.
week.
We'll start with that.
Well, you
Where's
guys
your...
are coming in next Tuesday.
I
I
thought
might
that
not
was a
be. I'm
surprise.
shooting something.
Oh, you are?
What are you
Shoot
shooting?
yourself in the head.
I thought that was a surprise that we were coming in to do your show.
No.
Oh. All right. I didn't know. A lot of us are going to be on Rich Voss's show next Tuesday.
I'm
with
on next
Rich and Bonnie.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so
I thought it was a
couple people are
surprise that we were
coming
just going to come in and hang
Yeah,
out.
that would have been a great surprise if you
Well,
just
I
did it
didn't
that
see
way.
who else is coming in.
Oh, who else is
Who
coming
else
in?
is coming
No, it's
in?
a surprise.
Come on, who else? Just say
No
it.
one.
Just say it. Who is it? It's already out of the bag. Who is it? Come on. Fuck is it?
I can't think of anybody good. I don't know. Bonnie's booking next week.
All right.
Bonnie's booking it.
Where are we going to be, Rich?
This Saturday.
Jesus Christ.
Comedy shop.
Fucking he really has the brakes on every
Popping
show.
Planes this Saturday. And July 24th and 25th, Salt Lake City, Utah. I forget the name of the street. Club, 50 West.
It's a brand new club in Utah.
Yeah, brand new club.
I heard it's great.
I think that week is a big holiday up in Utah, too. It's going to be great. I'm looking for. Have you ever been to Utah?
I'm going to be this
Stop saying like
Saturday
there's a W in it.
at the Treehouse Sports Haven in New Haven, Connecticut, and also Gotham Comedy Club, July 16th and 18th. And check out Sex, Drugs, and Rock and Roll that week too on FX at 10 o'clock Thursday night.
Could you send me a
July
link?
16th.
I don't know how to play DVDs anymore.
I will get the FX people on it and send you a link. Yeah,
Because I got the first 4
yeah, I
episodes.
got to get Jimmy. But did you get the fucking cool ass press kit?
I don't like collecting shit.
It's a fucking album.
I saw it though, and it looks really
It's pretty
cool.
badass, yeah.
But
you
I
look
just
cool in that fucking advertisement I saw with your
Thanks.
hair and stuff. You look fucking cool.
they gave you hair for the show.
No, it's flashback. When
Oh, when
in
you were
the show,
younger.
yeah, I'm
Right, gotcha.
fucking me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so funny though. We were supposed to flash back, and I had a wig, and they were taking all the wrinkles out of everybody, and they were supposed to thin me out, but I guess it cost too much money. So everybody else looks young. They took all the CGI and put it on Leary's face.
Yeah,
because he looks like every lesbian comedian out there right now. And John Corbett. They took the
They took
wrinkles.
care of everybody else except you.
I have a wig, but I'm still fat.
How is that not a wake up call when they say the technology doesn't exist yet? They have 3D printers.
No, it exists. It's just not in the budget.
They ran out of money when it was time to make you look young and sexy.
There's a 4-part rockumentary that they did, and it's us now and back then, and all the footage we shot back then. When I was watching it, I'm sitting there going, I'm supposed to be thin, but I'm just I have this tight. They gave me smaller shirts because they were going to thin me out, and they needed to put smaller. So when they do the CGI, it makes sense. So I'm just in a tighter shirt. I'm in a medium, and you could see like my belly button ring through the shirt. It's fucking awful.
That's great.
What are you gonna do?
I can't wait to see it. I'm hearing good things about it, Bobby.
Oh, cool.
We're
man.
happy for you.
Yeah, thanks, buddy.
And you were good in Trainwreck with your one line that got a huge laugh.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's great. I forgot that I was in that. That's awesome.
Fucking movie's going to fucking kill.
It's massive.
Why wouldn't it? I'm cut out of it. Of course it's going to.
Come on, dude. You did you did the Benders
Shut
this
up.
year? All right.
What's the Benders?
July 10, 11, I'm going to be in Atlantic City at the Borgata. Pittsburgh this Friday, the 26th, and I'm in Houston the 21st of August and Dallas the 22nd. Tickets are on sale in 1 hour, the pre-sale tickets in Dallas. Go to Ticketmaster.com and search for Jim Norton if you want to go. Dallas, I always sell very, very well. And Houston, you've been asking me to come back, so I'm coming back.
What club?
House of Blues in both.
Oh, that's great.
Just one show in each.
That's great. Dallas and Houston are great.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be a big event down south. It's always a big event.
They don't show up, then Jimmy's not coming back, you son
I
of
said that years
bitches.
ago and they didn't show up in Houston.
Oh. Look at hey, Bobby.
Showing him something. We're done, aren't we?
Well,
you're done when you fucking say you're done, you fucking dumb.
What is...
Dude, he's the engine and the brake. He can the engine for a show and the immediate brakes, whatever he wants to.
But why does he have to show? What are you showing Jimmy? And why does it have to be right at the second?
Because he runs out right after this.
Well, all right, that's a good answer. What are you showing him?
From my hour special.
I was there. Why don't you show me? I was there.
You were there.
How about I get to see what it looks like? Oh my God! They made that real cheap curtain look nice.
See, that's why.
Wow.
That looks good.
Wow, you need to pay someone well because that they made that look like that curtain was brutal looking in person. No, it looks really good. When is it coming out?
We're still working on the edit. We got one more edit, and then I'll see where I'm going to sell it to.
Wow, this is the shittiest end to any show. This is such a great show.
It always is.
What a great fucking show.
How do you want to end it, Bobby? Do a backflip.
I don't know, like right now, just push a button. End it.
Really?
No, let's keep it going.
Goodbye.
Should we thank Rick Ross for coming in? That was an amazing hour.
Rick was fucking awesome.
I love that you had to pay $50 for the book.
I'm selling it for $60 on eBay.
You were too scared to fucking ask
You
for
paid
change.
$50 for his book.
Yep. Yeah,
because he was too scared to ask for change.
Fucking
look at the guys that do nothing here are laughing at
I like
you.
when a fat guy cackles and his feet are dangling. you look like a fucking creature with your little feet dangling. Get those on something. You're freaking me out. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Creature
great.
from the Blue Lagoon, right, Bob? Shut up, Chip. Oh, fuck. Ugh.
And then Christian Slater was terrific.
How great was he?
Fucking great.
Thanks.
He walked in. He walked in, pure celebrityness walked in.
What was it?
Pure celebrityness.
What the fuck?
What are you?
You know what I mean?
No,
What are you
I
trying to
don't.
Pure celebrityness.
He was one of the most even though he's very famous,
I know,
he was
but
very comfortable to talk to.
I was
Yes.
all right. When I saw him walking down the hall, I'm like, "Holy fuck, that's Christian Slater." He's been in a million movies.
Yes.
But as soon as he came in and started talking, he put everyone in the
Very
room
calm.
at ease,
Very
except
easy.
you. You were staring
No,
like
I'm just a
you
professional.
weren't even blinking.
Because he's been at the top and come down and been back at the top and come down. And it's like
So
he
was
is
your
a
little kid.
What's that?
Nothing.
I didn't hit. How you idiot?
Oh
He
my God! You just hit
Wait a
yourself
minute.
in the faces with a television.
He just
I wish he
smashed his
split his
face
head
open. He
into
laughed.
the TV.
He turned around to laugh and he smashed his dumb face into the TV.
Because that's the closest he'll ever get to being on a TV. And hit the button.
out. God damn it!